Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth. You have to go back to the roots. Go to the roots. Yeah, man, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth, Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment, the Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
I remember the days, all those years ago that never fade away. And I remember your face when you hit the ground. I can recall the time and place on the midnight walk through the old streets, trying to turn back the clock to the days of old, back to the days when all the things we knew were made of gold. As the world moves on, time sings a song. In the old neighborhood, as the clock strikes one, the memory lives just as it stood, like a quiet dream. The shadows of that time are cast beneath the streetlight beam as the world moves on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. I want to welcome all of you to this edition of the Afridamus Report. I know it's been a few weeks, guys, the reason why you didn't see me, I'm suffering from the same condition as Ruto. When you owe the white people, they have a way of constantly calling you on the phone, sending you mails, emails. So it's the same thing that Ruto is suffering from. But I'm going to get into that here in a minute. So that's why you didn't see me. I had to go and put in time. No, but business is busy right now, so I've been on hiatus. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see where we are today. Kenya. We're going to be talking about Kenya and their president, Ruto. I get it. Ruto took, people through a roller coaster. When he first came, you guys remember? This man is very good at giving speeches, and the Pan-Africans, quote unquote, they were all excited. They're like, oh my goodness, Kenya has got a Pan-African president. And then he started talking like a capitalist. If you remember, because I talked about that here. Ruto was among the first, African presidents, including the white people, the Europeans. Because you see, the Europeans, they are hypocrites when it comes to African issues. Because think about it. If they like somebody to be their puppet, what do? Like, they would go as far as even staging a coup. So it's like they get to decide what is legit and what is not legit. And many Africans have not been using their common sense. They just go by what the white people tell them. You don't have to be against the white people, in totality, but you have to understand that there is a propaganda machine And colonialism, you think colonialism ended in Africa? No. Most of these countries, so called, they are corporations. So, for example, in the Sahel, what do you think is happening in the Sahel? Those countries are French corporations. They incorporated them. So they feel like they own the country, they own the land. This is why they put colonial tax levies against them. So if you don't live in those societies, there's no way for you to understand, because to you, you're like, oh man, these Negroes are just complaining. We don't see chains around their neck, but you are the same people who are so quick to point out how broke they are, how poverty stricken they are. But you've never taken the time to read, what is attached to their economy. So obviously, some of the people are going to be smart. Look, if you live in the hot soup, you would eventually find out why the soup is so hot. That's what happened in this some of these countries. You can't deny it. Long story short, in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, he and his compadres, they staged a coup. Ruto came out and completely condemns it. My antennas went up quick. I said, why does Ruto feel so strong about this? He is all the way in Kenya. In the past, yes, African presidents might condemn coups, but the way he was doing it, I said somebody is putting him up to this. Because I read in the background and found out Kenya is in deep trouble. Despite what some of these Kenyans, they like to come here on the internet and talk about how good they are doing, they did not read the contract that they are on. Those buildings that you see in your country, the corporations you see there, sure, yeah, the buildings look nice, they pave the roads, but you gotta pay. You gotta pay. So they didn't tell them that you gotta pay. Because you see, when the British, you guys have heard about the Mau Mau War, right? When the Mau Maus took up arms against the British, what do you think that war was about? Go read. So this is nothing new. The Kenyans have already fought this battle with the white people directly. But now the white people are smart. They got their puppets in place to continue these colonial contracts. So what even set off the Mau Mau revolution is from the same thing, taxes, putting heavy taxes on those people. They took their land. Look, they were just like Ruto is doing today. Man, do you know these people were even taxing ugali? Do you know what ugali is? Ugali is their version of fufu. Imagine somebody taxing your fufu. That's like taxing your bread. That's how deep they want to go with this. So Ruto is now caught up in the same thing, because the Kenyans, they know where this is going. But before we get to that, think about it. A few months ago, Ruto was just all around. He was the darling of the white people. He had no problem, absolutely no problem, showing them that when it comes to having educated feet, he is number one in Africa. He went from being a Pan-African to this right here.
can do some shuffling too. Look out, man, what you gonna do? Look out, boys, it's coming through. Yeah, man, yeah, man. Boy, he got educated feet.
Exactly. Ruto wanted to show that when it comes to having educated feet, there's no one who can outdo him when it comes to having educated feet. So we saw where Ruto, they said, oh, we're going to send Kenyan forces, Kenyan police to Haiti to quote unquote, keep peace over there. But this whole time, did you guys know there's a war that's been ongoing for years now in the Sahel? This is the war that Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger have been fighting. The white people condemn them. So don't you think any African who joins NATO, the US, the white people who are oppressing these territories, if anyone's that joins them, don't you think they are in the same boat? So Ruto had a lot of interest. He's never sent or suggested to send peacekeepers to the Sahel so they can win against the jihadists that are destabilizing these places. No, he decided to go to Haiti about barbecue. And now today, guess who he needs more than everybody? Barbecue. Barbecue. Because, he is already tried calling Joe Biden because he thought he was friends with Joe Biden. Let me show you what fooled him. This is just for educational purposes, fair use, okay? Let me show you. Ruto doesn't understand. When you owe white people money, they don't need to shout about it or call you and be like, hey, motherfucker, you need to pay. No. They will be nice about it. And since Africans like to shout about getting their money, they think, oh, these people are my friends. I cannot believe this, my friends. No. They can call you and ask you how you are doing today. How is the weather and everything? And then at the end of the conversation, Mr. Ubuntu, when do you plan on making this payment? Would you do that by credit card? Oh, you want to set up a payment plan? And Africans get so confused by that. They're like, God damn. I mean, like, how are you so nice to me and all of a sudden you need your money back? Because what they are used to is, it's just like the blacks in America. If they owe you money, if you ask them, they want you to end up in a conflict with them so that they can use that as an excuse and not pay you. So because they create a beef between you two, so communication would become an issue. So the white people, they know how to avoid all that. They would ask you how everything is going. And I've learned this from the white people. I have been hitting the Africans from left field with this. Hey, how are you doing? How's everything going down there? How's the buildings? Good? Did you receive the money? Oh, good. Yeah. Okay. I don't want you to spend this on rice. I want you to go buy cement so we can, raise those walls up. That's what they did to Ruto. If you don't believe me, let me show you evidence here. Here we go.
Sunshine rolling down your face, my hands fall stuff, and you'll be tuning in again and God holds in the palm of his hand. The Kenyan.
And to the enduring bonds of friendship, partnership, and solidarity between Kenya and the United States.
All right, you guys hear that? So this is between Kenya and the United States. But you see, Ruto, the speech he was giving, he was making himself sound like the president of Africa. So this is why you are seeing Kenya, their president, agreeing to all this peacekeeping stuff to Haiti, because it's not out of goodwill. You know, he is just doing the white man's work, right? So in this meeting here, don't you think that Joe Biden gave him some pointers and said, hey, Ruto, look, you need to go do something. You know, you need some spiritual protection against these, voodoo loving, Haitians. Because you see, these Haiti people, they believe in voodoo. Anytime somebody steps up against them, they would put their voodoo together against you. He reminded him, he said, when Bill Clinton tried to mess with these Haitians back in the days, they put voodoo on him. He ended up in a big scandal, the Monica Lewinsky scandal. That's right. I bet you didn't know at the time he was messing with Haiti. So Joe Biden is like, look, what you need to do is to fly to Israel and go to the big wall. And you guys, I bet you guys are thinking, oh, Afridamus is making this up. I have evidence. Let me show you. After he left this meeting, he did exactly what Joe Biden said. Here we go.
You're so close. If I could just surrender and fall to my knees in the dark, so low.
So did you guys see that? That's Ruto. He flew all the way to Israel to go pray on the Jewish wall over there to try to protect himself against the Haiti people's voodoo. Okay? You see it yourself, right? So he just did this less than 4 weeks ago. But prior to this, he was being championed to go against this man here in Haiti. Here we go.
Soon be leaderless. Prime Minister Ariel Henry has agreed to resign. That was a key demand of Haitian gangs. Henry was unelected, so the gang said he was not fit to lead. And they used Henry to justify their rampage. But now that he has stepped down, what next? A power tussle, a struggle for control. And leading the charge is one man, Jimmy Cheridzia, better known as Barbecue. Who is this man? And why is he so powerful?
This man here, Jimmy Barbecue, is the only man that accepted Ruto's phone call. I bet you guys don't know what's been going on. Because you see, even the Kenyans right now on the streets, I have the videos here. I'm going to play that. You know what they are saying? They are chanting, they are saying that Ruto must go because they said Ruto is a US puppet. And Jimmy Barbecue right here already was saying that Ruto is a American puppet, right? That's what he's been saying. So when Ruto right now he's in this problem, what do you think the phone call between him and Mnangagwa, the president of Zimbabwe, went like? How do you think that went when he tried to seek help from Zimbabwe? Knowing that the US put sanction on Mnangagwa and his people, the Zimbabwe, currently they are under sanction. And now you as an African, they see you, having fun with the people that, put sanction on you. I mean, guys, think about it. How would you feel if you see, like, your neighbor, for example, your biggest enemy that wants you to go down, right? You see your neighbor is being best friends with them, and then you see that neighbor in trouble. Are you going to help them? I can only imagine he probably called Manangagwa in Zimbabwe and for him to help him right now, to send peacekeepers. Manangagwa, I can totally hear him going like, why don't you call your white masters? He called Joe Biden. Joe Biden's like, look, man, I don't know what y'all got in that jungle over there. I don't do jungle stuff. I'm preparing for my debate tomorrow against Trump. And can you blame the guy? And the only person that took his phone call seriously is Barbecue. Can't you see that happening? So let us continue. Let's tell you who Barbecue is. Because Barbecue, despite what you believe, he was a professional and he still is. So here we go.
Here's our report.
If Ariel Henry doesn't step down, the country will suffer a genocide. If Ariel Henry doesn't step down, if the international community continues to support Ariel Henry, they will lead us directly into a civil war that will end in genocide.
That's Jimmy Cherizier, better known as Barbecue. Barbecue sounded the bell, and Prime Minister Ariel Henry's goose was cooked.
After the Council of Ministers tonight accepted to put into place a transitional presidential council, the members of the council will...
So you see this man here, Ariel Henry. So he is the sellout, the US puppet, right? That's who they want to be in charge instead of Barbecue. So Barbecue was saying that, look, this is our beef. You people out there, leave us the hell alone. We are going to handle our own beef over here. But if you guys keep trying to come over here and taking sides, there's going to be genocide. So now we've established that Ariel Henry over here is the US puppet. Let's agree to that, right? Now, let's see. Now that, when Ariel needed help, who he ran to? He ran to somebody who they both belong to the same club. Here we go.
be picked after agreement with different sectors of the national life. The government I am running will remove itself immediately after the establishment of the said council.
Barbecue set fire to Haiti.
Just so you guys know, this is not Nairobi. This is Haiti right now.
And the Prime Minister has been forced to step down. But who is Barbecue? And how did he get so powerful? Powerful enough to cook up a civil war? Well, Barbecue is no ordinary fire starter. He was once on the other side of the divide. He was once a police officer, but he was fired in 2018 over his alleged involvement in
So, Barbecue was a cop. He was just recently a cop. All right? So, you're just going to see who Ariel ran to. Guys, just be patient. I'm walking this story. I'm getting you to where we are today. Just be patient. It will all come together for those of you that are confused. Probably like, man, Alfredamus, how the hell? We're talking about Kenya. How are you talking about Haiti? What you don't know is the black world have been brought together. Despite all the commotion, like for example, the blacks, they didn't used to know about other blacks around the world. They thought they were the only black. Now they found out, no, there's other millions and millions of blacks. So the Haitians, they're like, okay, you Haiti people, you are way more African. We're just going to connect you to Africa. So now we are all being aware of our little dirty laundries. So today, Kenya is the one that's been up here on the podium. Few months ago, we were talking about how terrible Haiti is behaving. Now Haiti, it's been turning around. Is going to agree to allow those Kenyan police to go back and help the homeland with several gang members to help them bring peace to Nairobi. But I just want you to see how ungrateful, Ruto had been.
Extrajudicial killings. There was the Grande Ravine massacre in 2017, where more than 9 people were killed by the Haitian police. Then, in November 2018, another massacre took place, the La Saline massacre. 71 people were killed. 400 houses were burned down.
Guys, I want you to remember these images. Okay? This is in Haiti, Port-au-Prince. So I want you to remember this image because you will see, exactly this image in another part of the world.
Barbecue was apparently involved in both incidents. And a month after La Saline, he was kicked out of the force. Barbecue even faced US sanctions over the bloodbath, but that did nothing to stop his rise. After getting fired,
I don't get how the US would sanction people like Barbecue. Do you think this guy really cares about coming to Miami? Like, he doesn't. Like, he's perfectly okay where he's at. He's not leaving that territory. So the US sanction means nothing. So here we go.
Barbecue joined Haiti's gangs. He currently leads a coalition of gangs in Haiti called the G9 Family and Allies. This group has been wreaking havoc for years.
In many times for my African people, they're calling him a gang member. What you guys are used to is rebel leader. Okay? Because, they're in the Western Hemisphere over here. The blacks are considered gangs, but they're just the same as, rebels. He's like Charles Taylor. He's the Charles Taylor of Haiti. Here we go.
Without any punishment. Initially, it was because Barbecue had support from the top. Barbecue was allegedly working for Haiti's former president, Jovenel Moïse. He became the president's unofficial enforcer, enforcing order in the streets of Port-au-Prince and rounding up people to vote for his patron. But then, Moïse was assassinated in 2021. In his place came Ariel Henry. Henry became prime minister and acting.
Isn't that suspicious to you guys? You have this all-black country. They assassinated their president. And now all of a sudden, they got this guy showing up, from the Motisa tribe. Because, Haiti have the Motisa tribe there. Do you think this Motisa tribesman had something to do with killing Barbecue's friend who was prime minister? Well, I bet you some people think so. But here we go.
President. He was put there by an international coalition to bring back order to Haiti. But
international meaning the United States. Let's continue.
He could not manage that alone. 2 weeks ago, Henry went to Kenya. This was to...
You guys now see the connection? Henry did not go to Nigeria, the most populous black country in the world. That's not where he went. He did not go to Senegal, Ivory Coast, Gambia, Zimbabwe, even South Africa. He went straight to Kenya. Do you think Henry just went to Kenya just out of the blue? But let us continue.
Sign a deal that would have allowed the Kenyan police to lead an international force in Haiti. This force could have finally countered Barbecue and his boys. So it had to be stopped. When Henry left, Barbecue began his coup, and everything seems to have gone according to plan.
All right, so we were all talking about how sophisticated the Kenyan police were. So after they signed this deal, not that long ago, less than a year, It's less than 6 months. Now Kenya is on fire because Ruto, because Kenya is broke right now. Kenya is broke. Kenya is not doing, when Ghana got broke, Ghana invented the year of return. And the blacks went, they realized the blacks don't have enough money to help. Okay? So they're like, look, we would just be broke here. Nana Akufo is smart enough not to try to tax people's fufus and yams because he knows they're going to come out on the street. But, even with Ghana, the inflation alone, prices going up, there's always little demonstrations taking place. So when I saw Ruto just traveling around, he criticizes any African leader that the white people criticize. He goes heavy. I was like, wait a minute. I said, look, let me go read up on Kenya's economy here. I checked it. Kenya owes the white people a lot of money, and they owe the Chinese also. And it is due. Payment is due. So that's why they came up with this tax system. They hiked up the taxes on the Kenyan people. Oh, they're like, oh, hell no. The Kenyan people are like, nah, you ain't about to tax my ugali. I mean, that's all I got. Like how you gonna tax me, for my food? So the Kenyans, they are not having it. So they're like, look, man, Ruto, we don't care what kind of deal you made with these white people, but we ain't about to pay up. The Kenyans, they don't realize that those nice big buildings they brag about, the roads, somebody gotta pay for it. It's not free. You see? But if people are broke, for instance, like here in the States, prices went up for us. It did. But you don't see us over here on the street. You don't see me, rioting, talking about, man, I can't believe, man, how much oxtail costs these days. Oh, ribeye steak. You see? I can't believe how much gas. We're like, all right, man, we'll just wait for somebody who would come in and lower these taxes. In the US, that's how it works. You're like, you know what? I'll just, drag along. Maybe I would cut out some trips that I was going to take to one of these poor, broke, dusty countries and bless them a little bit. Maybe I'll remove a couple of them off my list. But no, not in Kenya. Because in Kenya, when you raise the tax, know that you are taking ugali out of someone's mouth. That's what you're doing. You are taxing their chapati. And these are all food items, by the way. I know you guys think I'm over here just clowning. I am not. Okay? So, if you think I'm clowning, let me show you how the Kenyans are responding to these taxes. Let me show you here. This is for fair use. Here we go. And by the way, this is not Port-au-Prince. This is Nairobi. So the blacks, some of these blacks that used to say, oh, look at this nice Kenyans, how laid back it is. Yes, they will smile. They will be nice to you, to everybody. But try to tax their ugali, and you would find out what these Kenyans are made of. So the Kenyans, they're like, you know what? We are sick and tired of this. We're not about to put up with this crap. You want to tax us? Guys, This is fair use for edutainment purposes. Look at how the Kenyans are behaving. You know, I've been telling you guys over here. I said, you guys don't understand how Africans operate. They go from 0 to 100 in with like just like this. Let me show you those nice smiley Kenyans you guys have met months ago. You were making videos about. Let me show you when they tax their ugali, how they behaved. And mind you, then so Ruto want to go to Haiti and restore peace. He want to talk about Burkina Faso and those countries about peace. You know, this is not happening in Burkina Faso. Even Haiti right now, they barbecue literally. I heard he's the only one that accepted Ruto's call and said, I feel you, brother. You tried to run to the white people. I saw your video in Israel. You thought that wall is more powerful than our voodoo. I will do it, you know, in a brotherly love. So right now, as we speak, there are, you know, the first 80 gang members of the G9, of the Haitian gang members, are on their way as we speak to Nairobi to restore peace, since the Kenyans don't know how to maintain peace in their own country. Here we go. And you know what, guys, and you would notice the Kenyans, they are using white boy tactics. They over here shooting at, treating their fellow Kenyans like they're black, you know, putting out water holes, riding on dogs and riding on horses, bringing in, you know, German shepherds to bite them. They are treating these Kenyans like they're black. But here we go.
We begin today with Kenya, where the situation has descended into chaos.
That's right, chaos. So those of you that like the blacks talking, oh man, those white people, they stormed the Capitol, insurrection. You have never seen an insurrection. You will find out what kind of insurrection this is. And those of you that like to say, oh man, the blacks do not commit, you know, they do not, you know, create insurrections. You are about to see what kind of resurrection the blacks are into. In fact, I think the blacks here themselves, they were laughing at the white people. They're like, man, that's what you call insurrection? Wait till our cousins in Kenya, they're about to show you what insurrection is. Here we go.
Protesters breached.
Let's allow this beautiful white woman, blonde hair here, tell us what is happening in Kenya. Because, you know, if you bring some Shaniqua, they're going to ruin our report over here. You know, why wouldn't we take a real white woman with blonde hair than a fake one? Here we go.
Kenya's parliament building today. They set parts of it on fire and destroyed the furniture inside. Take a look.
Yeah, this is just Kenyan police using white boy tactics, treating those Kenyans like they are blacks. Guys, don't forget to get the likes up. Salon boy, what's good? Thanks for coming in. Guys, get the likes up. Here we go.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm here to
Guys, you remember? Wasn't this the same type of stuff we saw happen at the White House? That insurrection they talk about? And the blacks are like, man, black people never commit this kind of stuff. Guys, you see? You see right here? This is their Congress. The Kenyans, they couldn't take it, man. They breached it. Look at how black people over there are behaving. And you guys would be mad that they have been treated like they're black.
Ruto must go. We don't fear you guys. You hypocrites. We don't fear you. Mr. Speaker, we don't fear you. To Kondani, we stomped inside.
But what prompted this? The protests had started peacefully today. Protesters were singing and dancing.
So you see this? So it means black people hate paying taxes. Ruto should have known better. The Mau Mau, back in the days, the white people came there. They stayed in Kenya. They took their land over years. But the white people kept pushing and they messed around and put heavy tax on the Kenyans. Oh, man. You know, at night, these Africans, these Kenyans, they would come in the middle of the night and slaughter the white people. Like, they just went all out. They're like, you know what? Now you just got to leave our country. You know, we're sick and tired of you. You took our best lands. You over here telling us what to do, enslaving our people, making us walk on the railroad. And now you want to tax us? You want to tax our ugali, our food? Nah, you got to go. So Ruto should have known. He shouldn't be shocked that this was going to happen. And these Kenyans, they are not stopping. So this is not Port-au-Prince, Haiti you seeing. This is Nairobi, Kenya. Here we go.
Chanting that they were peaceful. So then what led to the Kenyan protesters finally losing their cool? Now, reports say it was police brutality, like this.
So the Kenyan police went out there. They used white boy tactics, treating the other Kenyans like they're black. They used their white boy tactic training on them. And then the Kenyans are like, ah, man, police brutality. They all became George Floyd. And you guys saw when blacks here started identifying with George Floyd that summer. Yeah, you guys saw exactly what they did. That's what they are doing in Kenya. So that's why I'm saying these countries that you're seeing, you're like, oh man, look at these black people. They got it together. They got white people building and stuff. Because they, trust me, black people eventually, they will turn on you if you got white boy tactics. That's what you're seeing right here. They just want it to be African and jungle stuff, whatever. Like, leave us alone. You don't need to tax our food. We want everything for free. That's what they want. But Ruto is like, man, we got to pay these loans. I mean, like, it looked like you thought I was having a good meeting with Biden and stuff. Man, they got us sending our police to Haiti. We agreeing to this. Next thing you know, they're going to start, telling us that Kenyans have to become strippers, both our men and women. They need to jump up on stripper poles. So he's like, look, man, let me just tax the people so we keep our dignity. And look at how it turned out. And the Kenyans were, most of them online, they've expressed like how pissed off they were at Ruto even coming to the White House. Before today, they kept calling him, they referred to him as a sellout. So this is like another thing you have to pay attention to these quote unquote leaders, I call them CEOs, what they are saying and what the population is thinking and want are completely different. So sure, he's the leader of Kenya, but does he speak the language of most of the Kenyans? You make the judgment for yourself from this video.
As usual, the police began with tear gas and water cannons. They've been using this against protesters for days. But today, the police allegedly resorted to live bullets as well. At least 10 people have been killed.
Did you guys hear that? So the police are like, look, man, using tear gas, water hosing these Negroes, it's not working. The only thing, Negroes know is hollow point bullets. And the Kenyan, as usual, they became the Kenyan police. They're like, hey, man, we need to implement our white boy tactics. Here we go.
Dozens are injured.
And we heard there was a lot of looting. The Kenyans were running into Somali stores. They were stealing anything from bread to chapati, just a lot of items that they need. Okay? So that also is taking place. Yeah, this is not Haiti. When Barbecue saw this, Barbecue is like, I need to send some gang members to go restore peace in this country. They really need our help. But here we go.
Live rounds were fired at the protesters who had gathered around Parliament to demonstrate. They had gathered to urge their MPs to reject Kenya's new finance bill. But they were greeted with bullets. While the MPs voted for the new finance bill anyway. Now let's rewind a bit to see why this bill sparked the violence that you just saw. Kenya's finance bill is their annual budget. It is passed for the duration of a financial year, from the 1st of July to the 30th of June 2025. Kenya's parliament was discussing the next finance bill, the budget for 2024 to 25. And what they have come up with has angered the Kenyan people. Initially, they had proposed a slew of new taxes to generate $2.7 billion in additional revenue. The first draft of the finance bill proposed taxes on bread, cooking oil, motor vehicles, sanitary pads, diapers, changing a cell phone plan.
Did you guys hear that? I bet some of you thought, oh, Afridamus, how you just making it up? They're not taxing the ugali. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? The link is in the chat. Hit the link, come join in and, see. I want to hear what your point of view is. Is Kenya peaceful? Should Ruto go? And should, Kenya accept Barbecue's offer of sending, gang members to Nairobi to help restore peace? But you heard it. They are even taxing the diapers. They are going to tax diapers. So the Kenyans aren't having it.
Basically, these taxes would have affected everyone. About a third of Kenya's people live in poverty. And the country has been suffering for the past few years.
When I told you that most of the Kenyans there are broke, you guys thought I was making fun of them. Most live on $1.50 a day. I mean, I don't know if they still have the 99 cents burgers, but imagine, I can't imagine even $1.50 getting you a good burger. That's how much they live on. Now you want to tax them? Come on. I mean, they're gonna wild out. That's why they are wilding out, as you can see. Don't forget to hit the link. The link is in the chat.
Most other countries, it was devastated by the COVID-19 pandemic. Then came the war in Ukraine, leading to a cost of living crisis. This was followed by 2 consecutive droughts and a depreciation.
Did you guys see that guy? So, so now he has to play costume. Back in the days, like the Kenyans, actually, they were this is how they dress. But now you look at it, and you know the Kenyans don't realize their government was based on, you know, they quote unquote charity. You know, so now the government is like, man, I gotta pass the bill to the people, and look at how they are acting. So those of you that are in Africa always telling us, oh, you guys always talking about your bill and your taxes you gotta pay. Well, look at how you guys respond to this stuff. Here we go.
Appreciation of the currency, the Kenyan shilling. All of these factors combined have brought the people to a breaking point. And the final straw was the new finance bill with its unending taxes. This bill is championed by Kenya's president, William Ruto. Ruto came to power in 2022, and he has been raising taxes ever since. Now, this latest finance bill is a continuation of his policies. Ruto says that the new taxes are necessary, that Kenya needs the money.
See, look, independent nation, people gotta pay taxes. You can't call yourself independent if you don't want to pay taxes. Exactly, our movement. So Ruto is like, hey, Kenya, we gotta be independent. So he has been raising the taxes, but now the people have had it. They want him gone.
To pay off debt. Kenya's public debt is at about 68% of its GDP. That is dangerously high. About 37% of Kenya's annual revenue goes into servicing these debts. And this problem has been made worse recently. Because of Kenya's depreciating currency, the debts are repaid in US dollars. So if the Kenyan shilling depreciates, the debt burden increases, which is exactly what has been happening. This is why Ruto wants to raise taxes.
Now, did you guys see why Ruto needed the prayer? He had to go to Israel and touch that wall because Ruto knows what was ahead of him. Like, oh my goodness. If I want to tax these Kenyans, I mean, it's not going to go well. I mean, the man kept dancing around, but he can't escape it. And the plan that he's doing, because the people are saying, Ruto must go, right? He said he's not going to sign the bill. Guess what? Ruto cannot change it. Even if he doesn't sign it in about 14 days, if he doesn't sign it, it becomes law. So he is trying to wash his hands off of it. All of them have been lying to the people. And now they can't lie anymore. They needed to tell these people the truth from the beginning. But they haven't. You guys saw the changes even in South Africa. They became smart. You know, instead of doing an all-black government, they're like, man, we better vote these white people in. Because, shit, we over here losing electricity and stuff. You know, I mean, this black thing is not working. Okay? So Ruto, him and his people, they danced around. He's like, look, man, we got to tell them the truth at some point. And black people, they do not respond well to the truth. Here we go. Especially you just come out of the blue. You didn't do it like the white people and slowly give it to them. You just drop it on blacks. Oh, they do not receive it well.
Reduce Kenya's debt burden. His plan has been endorsed by some of Kenya's creditors. most notably the International Monetary Fund. The IMF is a creditor. It wants to get its money back, so it has backed Kenya's new finance bill. And this has led to even more public anger. Some Kenyans felt that instead of working for them, Ruto was working for the IMF. All this anger culminated in the protests that you just saw today.
This reminds me, I think Ruto is in my position back in the days when I was like, 22, 23, back in the days. Like, I mean, you know how like you have debt, you gotta go to payday loan and stuff. Like, you get credit card. I mean, I'm speaking to people who probably at that age you lived in the United States. I mean, at that age, you don't understand how the credit card works. You just go, you start swiping it, and then now they start calling you, talking about, hey, are you Mr. Damas, your bill is due. We have not received payments in 2 months. Or like somebody call you, we are calling from Smith's collection. Mr. Damas, when do you plan on paying? Do you plan on being on payment plan? And at that time, imagine if I were Ruto, I'm the president, and that money needs to be paid. I mean, what did you think I would do? I am also going to tax the hell out of you guys, okay? Because we are in this together. But unfortunately for me at the time, I just needed to go get an extra job and pay the bills. So Kenyans better get extra jobs and pay this bill, because this bill is due. I had to pay my bills back in the days. I mean, shoot, they didn't let me off. And these white people ain't about to let Kenya off. Even if you guys gotta end up becoming strippers, you will pay this bill.
Kenya's parliament met for the new finance bill's third reading. This had amended the original bill last Tuesday, removed some more of the contentious taxes. But for the protesters, the bill was already tainted. They wanted the bill rejected and a new one drawn up in its place. However, Ruto's ruling coalition has a majority in parliament. They ran the bill through anyway, with 195 votes for and 106 votes against. The bill will now go to Ruto's office. If he signs it, it will become law. And looking at Ruto's track record, this is almost certain to happen. And that is why the protest...
He gave a speech. He said he's not going to sign it. Like I said, it makes no difference. If he doesn't sign it in 14 days, it becomes law, people. So don't you think Ruto, because the people, like I said, are out there on the street saying he must go. So he can, because they're like, hey, 2 weeks, that's 14 days. Let's buy ourselves some time. And then, because Ruto is a politician, he's probably thinking, look, in 14 days, like that's 2 weeks, like these people are going to be all calm. Even if it becomes a law, they will not blame me because they would know that I did not sign it. But there is like a clause, there's like hidden language about this law. You see, there's hidden language. So they set it up that way because they want the people to pay these high taxes. And the people are like, man, we can't afford it. This is why they are going crazy.
Protesters were desperate to get into parliament. They wanted to stop the MPs from sending the bill to Ruto. And that is why violence erupted at the Kenyan parliament building today. Now, the levy has
This
been
is like their Congress. When they say Parliament for American viewers, this is their Congress. That's they storm the Congress. That's where they're at.
breached now. The once peaceful protests have been marred by violence, and we'll see how the authorities react over the next few days. But Ruto should be wary. If he signs the finance bill now, the people of Kenya may never forgive him.
All right, you guys hear that? Kidola, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Oh, thank you for Damas, man.
Kidola, if you look at it, Kenya, this country, they were, this East South African, they talk about they are civilized. They are more civilized than West Africa. They're like, look at you people over there. You guys are like savages. But now we're seeing Kenya, even because they were gonna send peacekeepers to Haiti, but now we're seeing them shoot down their citizens. What do you make of all this, Kidola? You being a West African, seeing this?
Damas, man, I'm emotionally bound with the Kenya for what they did. I support them a lot. Power to the people. I hope Nigeria take notice of this. You can't let this just slide like that. You see, what happened in Kenya, these people have been their politicians have been playing tricks against their own people for a very long time.
Right.
See, the Kenyan people are very peaceful people.
But you think so?
Yes. Before. What I mean before.
But you see, Kidola, remember when Ruto came as a Pan-African.
Yes. You have to understand, Ruto is even far more trickish and far more worse than that Ghana man that invited the
Nana Akufo.
Yes. All these leaders that preach Pan-African at the beginning, you will know they are traitors. These are not human beings. Ruto is one of the biggest puppets I ever seen in my life. Ian Tinubu, one thing you should understand is this. He was taking all the good music for his own people to listen to. Blaming other Africans, stop begging.
He was blaming the Sahel, Burkina Faso, talking against them, condemning them. They even called Kenya a NATO country. Well, the place looked like France because in France they like to go there and burn it. So Ruto better get used to being a NATO country.
For him to solve his problems, busy traveling, meeting these leaders in the West, preaching
and praying at the Jewish place.
Yeah, speak big English. You understand? Speak big English. He's deceiving his people. Now you have a population. The population is full of young people. You understand? Full of the young people are more than the old people. You want to tax them. Even some of these youngsters are the one feeding their own parents who are old now, taking care of societies in their own home. You want to tax them.
But Kidola, those nice roads are not free though.
Yes, I understand, but the politicians are the one eating this money.
But you see, Kidola, like let's say me here in the States, right? People in Africa like to ask me for money, like it's free whatsoever. But over here, I pay a lot of taxes. No problem. We just go by our business. But the way they are, because I understand that the nice roads I drive on, they need to get paid. I understand that concept.
Afrodamos these people are Ruto is a partially businessman. He's not a really politician like that. But he's trying to play politics like he's a politician. What you have to understand, when you start cheating people for a very long time, you cheat their fathers and their grandfathers.
Right.
These children nowadays that have TV in their hands, in their pocket, what I mean, that this phone they have in their hand, right?
Yeah.
They're always with that gadget in their hand. So you no matter how you want to deceive them, they are getting their news totally different other places, alternative news.
Kidola, you're right, because even with when Ruto made himself the this hero to send Haitian police to no Kenyan police to Haiti, and some of the Kenyans, most of them, the young, they were criticizing him. At first, I didn't understand, but I said, let me look deep into this. So little did we know he was hiding all this lie. I didn't even know within months Nairobi was going to look like Port-au-Prince.
Ruto will be staged there. Ruto never really win re-election.
You don't think so?
You have to understand when Ruto, first of all, they adapt Ruto to this ISS of 18. You understand? He jumped there. That's where you know that they staged Ruto there. Then they free Ruto in that case. Ruto already make a deal with the Western people that is his tongue. Because he already have a deal with this guy that just left. You understand me?
But can't he do like the Ghana man and say we're also doing our year of return and invite the blacks? Because the blacks have been loving Kenya.
You see,
wouldn't help.
Afrodamus, to be honest, because of some of this elite in Kenya, I start thinking it seems like the Kenyans are far more worse even than the Ghanaians sometimes.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
How so?
Not the Ghana people, because the Ghana people didn't really invite the black Americans.
Right.
It's not the Ghana people. It was their president.
Their politician, yeah.
Their politician, that man, who went to invite the black Americans without not consulting with the Ghana citizens, if this is what they want. Right now, since that time, he made such a move, these so-called black Americans have been batching Africans on the internet, and I've been fighting once in a one guy channel today. You understand me? They be calling us all kind of names, attacking us. Since that gentleman made such a call. You understand me? So the Kenyan was also this elite of Kenya was also prepared for the same thing also. But what happened? I don't think Ruto will survive this. This boy.
You don't think so? You think they will get rid of him?
They will get rid of him because him say I will not sign it, or he withdraw the bill. If he withdraw the bill, good. If he say if he's not going to sign it, these guys are not going to hear it. You understand me? They're not going to hear this nonsense. This is a pure deceive, and this is where they deceive Nigeria in that NSAS also, whereby they were begging. You understand me? This politician don't have to.
So Kidola, in your opinion, how do you think Ruto they were able to convince Ruto to send Kenyan police to Haiti? Because he could have helped in the Sahel if it's about loving African people instead of criticizing them. What do you think motivated him to send Kenyans to Haiti?
You see, it's a businessman. You see, this type of men, when they're there, they think they can do big business in America. So you see, America can promise you, like, hey, if you finish your term, we can give you favor, we can borrow you some money, just, let's all be allies. If you finish your term as the president of Kenya, we can help you write a book. You understand? We can give you a think tank to be a member of a think tank. You can be, look, America know how to, they know how to bully and know how to pet you as a boy before you become a water boy. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
So they're promising a lot of things that that is not even there yet, but everything just on the air. So he runs to send this troop to Haiti because America can't send those troops there because it would be like, oh, you coming to invade us again. So he pick on his like, I would do it. Maybe they promise him some money through IMF loan and everything. But before that money, he have to already see IMF loan is IMF loan is the loan that destroyed Nigeria economy in 1986.
Do you think that Kenyans would end up having to be strippers just to pay off this loan?
Kenya is going towards what we call SAP, Structural Adjustment Program. They're going towards called austerity program. They will tax that is they start bleeding in their mouth with taxation. You understand me? Whereby the politicians' salary are very high. These politicians they can't drive.
But do you think these politicians, what is happening right now, would they? I mean, I know they're playing a trick on the people. Like Ruto spoke today, he said he's not gonna sign it, which is dumb. It's gonna be law either way. Do you think these politicians, after what they've seen, they would have the audacity to go on with this?
Look, let me tell you, these parliamentarians will be running now. What you see now, they will be looking for these parliamentarians in their houses now.
Yeah.
It's a war. You understand me? This youth is not giving up. Blood have already been shed.
Yeah, this killed over 22.
Yes.
I hope the fellow NATO members, since Kenya is now a NATO member, I hope the white people would talk about what their fellow NATO member is doing.
Kenya, these guys are quiet for some time now. Now you take advantage of those quietness, you start speaking big English, dressing a suit, and be on TV lying, carrying straight face to be lying to them every time since you came to power. You'll be taking private jet, traveling everywhere, shaking hands in some of these European capitals, become their water boy, the house boy, open the door, close the door. He thought he's a white man now. He forget about his people. Kenya, Ruto thought he's a white man. You understand me? Now his people told him, they're not telling him, no, you are a Negro. You must submit to us, otherwise you'll be gone. Not just about him. These parliamentarians have no protection like him. These parliamentarians, these youth will start hunting them down. See, you will now see these Kenya parliamentarians who are wearing suits, speaking people English in that parliament. They will be wearing slippers now, running, and they are sure they'll be running hell and scatter now somewhere. That's what you're going to see now. You understand me? So all those suits now will be stripping their body. They'll be running with slippers, with short knickers. They'll be running to the bush. Some of them will run to their deep village to say they don't have no hand in it. The capital Nairobi will be free of these monsters. You understand me? The problem Kenya have today is the same problem Nigeria is having. You understand me?
So you think Nigeria people might run to the streets?
Oh yeah, because price things here, my brother, is very, very high now. Today you buy a bag of rice for about 80,000. Tomorrow now it's
are they taxing Gary over there?
Let Mr. Nice go.
Oh no, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Some people have already gone after some of the MPs' homes. Some of them have been torched. Some of
after they touched their home.
Some of them, yes. Even some of their offices in their own jurisdiction. Excuse me. And yeah, I begin a lot of reports. I'm not going to mention the person's name, but somebody was saying the casualty count in Kenya was 20 plus.
Yeah.
At 5:45 East Africa time, it was at 157. I just went to actually not too long ago, asked the.
Are you there? Oh, Mr. Nice, we lost you. I guess that Obama phone went out. Obama didn't want you to air out their dirty laundry. But let's go to Ola. Are you there, Mr. Nice?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. I lost connection because I went to a different app. I see that I can't read the message, so I'll just relay the message. So I asked what the current casualty count is from 5:45 to now. So basically the person is saying that because the casualty count was out and is making the government look bad, now what they'll do is they'll hide the casualty count, the actual number, and then start throwing the dead bodies in croc-infested waters and places like that. Githurai is the one that's big right now. Githurai is a neighborhood in Nairobi that's not in the CBD. What you see on the news, you're seeing a lot of action in the CBD, the Central Business District. And that's because that's where Parliament is. That's where most of the protesting is taking place. But with the KDF, Kenyan Defense Force, coming in and shooting people, or the police shooting people, it's not just there. It's also in neighborhoods like Githurai. It's also in places like close to the pipeline where I live. My wife has even told me that
really,
one person is dead.
I
Yes.
just wish our Kenyan correspondent, Dr. Kaizo, if you're listening, call into the show, Dr. Kaizo. We need you here. Go ahead, Mr. Nice.
So I don't have much time. As me and you talked, I got an appointment I have to go to. But let's just say this: I've been getting a lot of information for the past 48 hours at least. A lot of stuff that a lot of people have already seen. Videos that people have not seen because, in confidence, I'm not to reveal those. It's just being shown to me to prove that there's more than what's just going on social media. I've seen photos of police looting stores, carrying a 40-inch Samsung TV.
Wait, the police themselves?
Yes, 2 officers in full uniform.
Mr. Nice, then it makes sense for Barbecue to agree to send some Haitian gang members to restore peace in Nairobi, don't you think?
Hey, I'm not going to answer that, but all jokes aside, it's very serious. And for some of the people thinking that there's a lot of fake news out there, sure, there's always somebody out there that will create fake news. But when it's coming directly from the Kenyans, I think you better listen. I think you actually better listen. And when the Kenyans are against Ruto, they're actually against Ruto. We are here to reject the finance bill of 2024. It's not conducive to the country because when you read the bill, it's a lot like the way things are being done, the way things are being taxed in the U.S. In the U.S., the infrastructure is so that there's a lot of privatization of good jobs, a lot of jobs, even low-paying jobs, to where they could afford to be taxed here. But in Kenya, the average Kenyan is making, still to this day, $1 to $5 a day. How do you expect to tax Kenyans with a bill similar to America in the way that we're being taxed here to survive? It's not going to happen. You don't have to be a financial analyst professional to understand that's the case.
But where do you think he got that idea from? Where did Ruto get that idea from?
Well, okay. So I've heard from people making comments here and there that this bill was actually enacted way before Ruto went into America and met with Biden. However, it doesn't mean that the idea of this bill didn't come from there. Okay, before he went there. These people talk to each other, in communications with each other. People are giving orders to one another. So we don't know the exact details. However, the thing is that it's being enacted now. And even if he doesn't go ahead and approve the bill in 14 days by default, for what I've been told, that this bill will go through anyway by law. So therefore, it really doesn't matter if Ruto signs it or not. This is not a good thing. It will destroy the country. And in any similar country that takes up the same type of bill, when the economy is not even good, the infrastructure of jobs is not there, it will destroy.
This is like colonial tax back in the day.
Yes. It's no different when the British created the road tax back in the day, hundreds of years ago. It's no different when they were taxing the Kenyans back in the day under colonization. When they're trying to tax Kenyans after already having them enslaved in their own country, it makes no sense to actually bring something like this because that's exactly what it looks like. That's what it reads like. And like I said, the reality, the infrastructure is there as far as privatization of good paying jobs. And before you can bring a tax bill like this forward, all that other stuff has to be in place first. If you don't have it, then to me, it's criminal to bring a bill like this into motion. And that's all I have today, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, Ola, are you there?
Oh, yes, man. I'm with Mr. Nice, what you just said, bro. You see, I like the care youth. This care youth, they're not you to go and be watching British League, Manchester United or Chelsea is playing, or Arsenal.
Yeah.
These youth are youth of awareness. These youth are youth of warriors. These youth are youth of everything. I'm still saying it. West Africa should learn from this kind of what the youth of Kenya are doing now. You cannot allow your politician borrow money, pocket it. No bills can be passed in Africa Parliament without this politician not taking bribe from the corner, without not getting an envelope for them to pass those bills. If you take some of this money that they borrow It's only land in these people's pocket. They use it in Kenya's life. Kenyan politicians are driving mighty SUVs. Their salaries are fat salaries, while the citizens are struggling. I'm with the youth. The youth are very powerful.
So like Kidola, do you think what would happen like in the next few months?
What will happen now? You're seeing these youth are not, these youth have tested blood. They have seen that their friend be blown off on the street by some useless people, being ordered by these politicians. These youth are not going to give up because they cannot be seeing these politicians on TV, see them driving the SUV. They allow these politicians to start intimidating them. Their age mates are being killed. These are children of nice people that pay taxes in Kenya, people that are good citizens. So you cannot allow people who wear fake suits and speak big English to carry social atrocity in that country. You understand me? They'll be using this police and military to intimidate them during the election time, but this one is different. This one is not about tribal now.
Well, they're using live bullets. They are now killing the people.
They're using live bullets killing people. They're killing their own youth, the youth that are the soldiers of the country. You understand me? I think he have no saying anymore why he's going to Haiti to do what there. Why his country is
well now Haiti is gonna send them gang members to restore peace.
Look, what Kenya is facing, that's why I'm saying this as a Nigerian, is the same problem Nigeria is also facing. The emotional something you can hear my voice, what I felt now, what I'm feeling now, is the same. Just our own is the way agbada. Now to put that agbada for their head, take it off. You understand me? You don't allow dirty people to sit in the parliament, making rules, creating laws. While you are borrowing money, you're not really spending money for the people, you're pocketing it. You understand me? You're pocketing it. They all look very fat. All these African politicians are parliament people. You understand me? So the youth, they are now on the street. They want to take the country back. This is their country. It's not from some people who wear suits, who play tricks. You understand me? So that's why I said Nigerian youth to stop watching British League. Forget Arsenal. Forget Manchester United. Forget Chelsea. Look at what is going on now.
Don't you think the Nigerian youths have it good? That's why they are watching Manchester United.
No, because they can go and call their brothers and sisters in overseas to send them money.
Yeah,
you know,
they are not good.
They ask the diaspora, why did you come and help us? That they care youth are not asking their diaspora to come and help them to come and fight on the ground. Fight yourself on the ground. Take care of your own things on the ground. Nobody beg. Don't. If any diaspora that lives in America, don't sell money to your people anymore. Let them go and fight. Let them go and fight. That's what these youth are doing now.
Like the Kenyans.
The Kenyan youths are doing now. You have to control your. Look. The country belongs to you, not to these people who just sit in a big chair with AC and start creating rules that actually never really exist. All what they create is the fake rules and fake laws. The law they pass is fake. It's not real. It's not real one. Even the tax they will pay, some of them will also start pocketing it too. You understand me? You think the money they will collect in everything, everywhere, before you come to the center, they're already chucking it inside their pocket. You understand me? This is what Kenya people make me be proud as an African, and I'm proud to be an African. When we mean business, we mean business.
Thank you. Let's bring Empire. Empire, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. What's good, Africa?
Oh, that's Kaiser. Well, we're glad you're doing well, because some of the people are thinking that, you have been taken in by the, Kenyan police or the new Haitian gang members who were sent to keep peace. Have you been seeing the gang members there?
This guy. I can't comment on this, but I'll just give the facts, right? I am a law-abiding citizen. I do not believe in rebellion, but let me give the context of why the rebellion is going on. Basically, recently, 4 hours ago, Ruto said that he withdraws the finance bill. However, the Kenyans and the Gen Z refuse this. So but
Kaiser, the bill, even if he doesn't sign it, they're still going to tax their ugali.
No, wait. Come on. No. If he rejects the finance bill, the new taxes will be removed. The 16% tax on ugali and bread.
April was 50,000.
So the issue here is that this Afridamus, right? Kenyans don't trust Ruto. Tomorrow they are organizing a million march movement into town tomorrow.
Wait,
I will not.
so they got people marching tomorrow?
That's what they're organizing. I am not part of this organization. I do not agree with rebellious nature, but that's what they're doing. Yes.
So is Haiti looking to accept some Kenyans in as refugees?
All I'm saying is my internet will shut off tomorrow, so I have to go. But guys, thank you very much for having me. Peace.
Thank you. That was Kaizo. It's live from the very place, Nairobi. All right, Dunstan, here we go. Guys, do you guys think there were like Kenyan police gunmen standing there, telling Kaizo to lie to us? Because he sounds nervous. I mean, did you guys hear something? But go ahead, Dunstan.
Hey, how you doing, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. Kidola and the chat. How's everybody doing?
Thank, bro.
But Afridamus, I'm just happy, right? Just to see my East African brother.
Yeah, what are you happy about? Like, these Negroes are over there acting like savages, burning down the place. And the Kenyan police are using their white boy tactics to bring these savages down. Like what are you happy about?
No, just to see my brothers, rising up against this government. Just to see them, the bravery after that, yeah.
But
just
why they are destabilizing and ruining, what the white man gave them? You see, they gotta, the Kenyans need to pay up. They took the loans.
No, they don't need to pay up, man. The politicians need to pay up. They're the ones that squander the money. They don't need to pay up. The politicians need to pay up. Because just imagine taxing them on bread. Like you said, people
ugali. People think I'm joking.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On bread, ugali, cooking oil, things like basic things for people on living on $2.
Here in America, here in America, I pay taxes on all that, but that's not here or there.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But you know what? Like what Kidola said,
to me, it's normal.
It's normal, but come on, man.
But
you're taxing the basics, man.
But Dunstan, the IMF wants their money, though.
They want their money, but the politicians should not be passing the debt to the general public, man. You know what I mean?
But
they shouldn't be doing that.
But those roads, those nice roads they are rioting on.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing as well, They
paid, it came from that money.
Yes, you're right. I'm not going to deny that, because Kenya is one of the most advanced countries in Africa. If you got to admit that, right?
Yeah,
it's one of the most advanced countries.
So that money was spent there.
Yes, in terms of infrastructure. So that debt is owed. By the end of the day, the government they're gonna know what they're doing. Like the news reporter was saying, 1/3 of the country is living in poverty. Even though compared to other countries' standards, Kenya is not as bad. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, you see that my country right now, Sierra Leone. Yeah, that's the sort of people that we need. But Sierra Leoneans are cowards, bro. We've got presidents at the minute, that's not even legal. You know what I'm saying, though, Afridamus? We haven't even got legal president. This guy lost the election.
What do you mean? Where's the proof that he lost?
Oh, the proof came out last week. Even the election results, the data still hasn't been released yet. You know what I mean?
So Dunstan, you've heard Kidola also talked about Nigeria. Do you think this Kenyan thing is going to become a trend in Africa?
I hope it does, bro. I hope it does. But these East Africans, they're braver than West Africans, man. West Africans, we be off a pussy. Excuse my French, These East Africans, they don't play with the politics.
But the West Africans countries have not levied taxes. Like, for instance, Nigeria, as we speak, have not put taxes on gari yet or egusi soup.
They've not. They never put out. But the thing is though, the corruption in other countries like West Africa is very high, and people don't stand up. Well, a few countries have stood up to the government. Yeah, a few like the Ivory Coast.
But when you owe, Dunstan, remember Greece? Greece had to go through austerity measures. Remember that?
Yes. Yes.
So when you guys owe money, you gotta pay.
You have to pay, but you can't pass on the debt to the general, to the average man like that.
The average man is benefiting from the advancement.
Yeah, but you can't tax people.
Let me thank IS. Hold on, IS production. Thank you for the super chat.
You know,
he didn't say anything, but thank you.
Like basic things like food. You can't tax people. You can't be taxing people on bread and things, man. But anyway, after that much, yeah. I just want to say kudos to the Kenyans, because I was watching it live, yeah. And all of a sudden there was breaking news that they've withdrawn the bill from the president has withdrawn the bill. So you see the people's power, yeah. They've come out, even though a lot of people have died, yeah. But I think, you know, it was kind of worth it, because the amounts of people that came out here, you obviously gonna expect that kind of numbers.
So Dunstan, what do you think about, you know, barbecue in Haiti agreeing to, send, a couple of gang members as peacekeepers to, Nairobi? What do you think about that?
You know what? You're right. I think they just send them to like a death trap, man. Sending these 400 Kenyans into Haiti. I don't know. I don't understand. Like you were saying, you and Kidola, yeah. Obviously, some money must have crossed hands, right? They're not going to do it for free, are they? Money must have crossed hands between the American government and the Kenyans and the Kenyan president or the Kenyan government.
Because they're broke. They're broke. Do you think Kenyans would end up becoming strippers to pay off this debt? Because they will have to pay for it.
Somebody said they're stripping already, in the chat. But
that's probably Audrey writing something like that.
Yeah, but Fidamos, this Haiti deployment, I don't understand. What does that even mean? What difference are they gonna make in Haiti, bro? I don't know. 400 soldiers. It's like sending them to the lion's den. You send them into Port-au-Prince. They don't even understand the terrain.
They got 500 million back.
It was for $500 million, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think Ruto did a good job there. Why didn't America send the people there, or the other countries like?
So Ruto was being hailed as like the peaceful and democratic guy. Now we got 22 people, 22 Kenyans as of right now that they said were killed by the police. So what is the international community, quote unquote, going to say about Ruto's record now?
Oh, I don't think it's going to get into any trouble, because obviously, if you stand up against any government like that, the police are allowed to use live rounds, and that's what they've done. They could, because they break into the, you see what they break into the parliament, and there's people. I don't know if you saw one of the MPs. He actually jumps over the fence and joined the protesters. There's a video of him. It was part of the government. I think when he saw the trouble, he jumped over the fence, and then they actually joined the protesters. So they were in fear of their life. So they could use that to justify that, okay, we fear of our life. That's why we have to use live round. So I don't think it will get into trouble for the people that died, because there's a lot of people out there, man. There was a lot of people, bro. And they said there's another match, I think tomorrow. Like there's a 1 million man march that's planned, and they want Ruto out. But I don't think, I thought Ruto was a good man.
Wait, you thought Ruto was a good man?
When he came in, I thought he had good intentions, when he came in. But the way he just saw this country out in, how long has Ruto been in? Not long.
So do you think because now he's an ally of NATO? Because Here, IS, thank you for the super chat. He said Ruto might be facing the ICC again. What again? He's done it before. Oh, probably with their tribal thing. But now that he's, now that they're part of NATO, maybe he wouldn't face anything.
Because the ex-president here, Kenyatta was very smart. These IMF people wanted the money, but Kenyatta knows to play the game. He said, "There's no way I'm going to tax my people. There's no way I'm going to tax my people." But when Ruto came to power, and then he was visiting, he came to England, he went to America to see Biden, and I begin to think,
just like Tinubu. Tinubu came and found trouble there, and he wants to be the tough guy to, pass all this financial blockade on the Nigerians, and I think it might backfire.
Exactly, and then all of a sudden he's going back to his country and trying to pass his bill. And the Kenyan people were thinking, "No, we're not going to have this, man." Because Kenyatta was in power for good nearly 10 years. And he managed to keep the thing under control. It was basically saying, I was reading something in the papers. It was saying to the IMF, "No, you guys have to wait. We're going to pay you by installment, yeah?" But Ruto, I think Ruto is a bit soft. I don't think he's as tough as, I don't think he's as tough as Kenyatta. So I think that's where it went wrong. Anyway, kudos to the Kenyan people, though. Kudos to them, man. I just hope some of our people in Sierra Leone and other West African countries will have the balls, to.
Oh, I don't know what happened to you. You got snatched there by some of these Sierra Leonean, special forces. But we got St. James in the house. Welcome, St. James.
Bro, thanks for having me, man.
St. James, what's your take on what's happening in Kenya? It's so the unrest have gotten out of control. People are losing their life now, to a point even Barbecue is thinking about sending gang members to restore peace in Nairobi. What is your take?
It's still developing, right? So they have 22 dead bodies and still counting, right?
Right.
And this is the guy that was trying to give us a lesson in democracy in West Africa.
Right.
So my take is going to be a little different than other people. Before you fix your home, just stop, try to fix your home before you talk about other people's issues,
Yeah, did you know even Obama's half sister was hit with
she was
tear gas,
and like she was in disarray. I mean,
she got hit with it.
Right, bro. Like I said, my take is gonna be a little different. I can count less than a week, right? This has been happening less than a week. It's been happening less than a week. They already got 22 body and counting. So the International Criminal Court should start working. We have to make sure who kill all these people and why, because this is police, only police, right? Did they have the army in there?
Yes, they have the army on the street now.
But now,
the police were busy, looting.
The police was, I mean, but if that's only the police, then we have a case. I don't think Ruto is going to be able to, to hide from this, right? If you have 22 bodies and then this was done by the police job is only to make sure people don't loot, they don't have to shoot. But these people were shooting real bullet at people, man. So I don't understand why, because this is not supposed to be happening. And I'm going to have to side with the people of Kenya. They have to make sure this guy, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to have to do with him, but 22 body and still counting. I guarantee you, Afro-Damas, there is more body hidden somewhere, So the people are going to have to go check the family members and make sure everybody's, alive and well, until we find out how many people got killed from this, because this doesn't make sense. Like I told you, ever since this guy came to the state and he linked up with Joe Biden, I knew something bad was going to happen. Not for only Kenya, for the entire Africa. I believe he was also picked to represent the entire Africa, the G7. Somebody, somebody. The Francophone Africa was talking about it last week. So somebody picked that dude to represent the entire Africa at some summit, and they were talking about it. I don't know if that's true or not, but I want people to go back and check. You know, we did not pick that guy to represent us. You know, we don't know this guy from Adam. You know, we can speak for ourselves. You know, this guy is no. We can't have that. Most of this coup d'etat that happened in West Africa, there was nobody. There was nobody on the ground. Nobody. You know, this was the best coup d'etat Africa never had to witness. You know, and this guy has 22 body in less than a week. Nah, it has to.
So you agree with the Kenyans that he's a U.S. puppet, so he has to go?
Afrodamus, it's been that way, bro. We knew about it. You know, like a few guys, a few presidents in East Africa are like 100% sellout. I can give you the name right now. 100% sellout.
Okay.
You know these people. They're 100% sellout. One of the guy, you know, he lecture Africans president not to, you know, to go to the West and explain their issues, right? But every time you look, this guy is sitting next to somebody that doesn't look like us talking about Africans' issue.
He was just in Israel praying against Haitian voodoo.
I mean,
but he got hit with barbecues voodoo quick because back in the days, Bill Clinton tried to mess with Haiti.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he ended up in the Monica Lewinsky scandal.
Yeah, the Asian people, you know, they watch this, right? They'll be like, damn, man. You know, they got that voodoo going on over there in their country, too.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's that. You know, I mean, he has to take care of his country, you know. I mean, if he took I believe he pulled the, you know, whatever they got going on, he pulled that out, right?
Yeah.
You know, but like we said, no, this is not even the beginning.
So do you think this is going to affect Pan-Africanism?
Like in what aspect?
Because there's been a lot of, you know, blacks who's been looking to relocate to Kenya. Now they see how the Kenyans misbehave over just, you know, taxes. Do you think the blacks would be scared?
I'm happy they can get to see that coming from East Africa. Like us from the West Africa, taxes have been the problem, right? So these people don't know about how your entire export can be, you know, taxed, you know, because you have a currency called the CFA. Our country's been going through that for 6 years. Every time I jump on the panel, these people keep telling us we don't know what we're talking about. This is just very, what Kenya is going through is just very small compared to West African country that uses the CFA. When we're talking about taxes, you know, this is very small compared to what we're going through. You know, look at what's going on right now. You know, with this, like a little taxes they want to levy on people, and they already protesting. They got 22 dead bodies. We going through this for 6 years, 60. But we don't get to speak, right? We don't get to speak. We get to watch other people tell us that we don't know what we're doing. So we can't even talk about colonial agreement, which has to do with a lot of taxing, you know. But no one listen when it comes to West Africa. When it's East Africa, the entire world get to see. This is lame.
Thank you. Let's bring in Judah. Judah, are you there? Judah, unmute yourself. Are you there, Judah?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. So, Judah, what is your take on what is happening in Kenya? Yes, go ahead.
It's actually a call for concern about what is happening in that part of the continent. It's really it's really a call for concern. You kind of see how things are going, you know, the trajectory of what is happening. You know, the projections are that in days to come, you know, this will lead to a lot of insecurity and, many people will be on the street because of food and all of that. But this is actually what is going on now. When the former president left Kenya,
Uhuru?
Uhuru Kenyatta. When he left power, he bankrupted the whole Kenya. He took too much loans. He constructed one of the biggest highway in Kenya. So there was a lot of loans that was taken to construct that highway, and there was also a lot of borrowing in the International Monetary Fund and all this World Bank and stuff. So, and also when he left, he took a whole lot of $1 billion in his own personal account. So this former president could not even call him out and ask for that money. So all these things that you see, Ruto going to United States to get all this money from United States to send police officers or military to Haiti, is because of the collapse of Kenyan economy. That is that was about to happen. So the only thing that United States told him is that they cannot help you pay your own loan, but they could actually give you this
Another
amount of
loan.
money for you to stimulate your economy or enhance it. And before you do that, you also have to send militaries to Haiti and all of that. So this money
But
is a
Judah,
promising money.
don't you think he should have do a year of return and invite the blacks? They would have helped pump money into his economy.
When it comes to the blacks do not actually have money to actually stimulate an economy. That's why even Ghana,
Like, what do you mean? They helped Ghana a little bit.
no, they did not, because when you see Ghana was instead going to the World Bank and all of these things and running to United States, begging them for money, because the year of return was of no impact to the Ghanaian economy. But let me stick to what is happening in Kenya. It's very
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
It reminds me of the Greece crisis that happened in 2007 all the way to around 2009, and it also reminds me of the French Revolution, when the rank and files were taxed more in a lot of things, but from bread to local things that they were buying, than the bourgeoisies in France. So the rank and files were the one that were suffering from the tax
Hikes.
invasion. And that was one of the reasons that led to the French Revolution.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking,
And also the
look,
U.S.
in
Revolution in 1776. It was started by,
1776,
because of taxes. Taxation
exactly.
without
So
representation.
taxation without representation and all of these things. Now, when you look at when you try to take this and implement and put it on the same geographical landscape, like what is happening in Kenya, you kind of see it as similarly the same, but there's a big difference, because Kenya do not actually produce anything. So in these countries of France, Greece, and United States, they actually have, they could actually produce their own things. Kenya, actually 99% of products that are consumed in Kenya are coming in from Europe or United States. Or when it comes to food consumption, most of their food comes from Tanzania and all of these things.
But
So
Judah, bunch of their loan, they only owe like $10 billion. You don't think they should be able to come up with that?
no, $10 billion is what is documented. Kenya actually owe a lot of loans, more than $10 billion. They owe loans to Chinese, they owe
Yeah,
loans
the
to United States.
China $6 billion, IMF $4 billion. So that's 10.
But when you think of what happened in Greece, right? One of the things that they find out was the loans that the Greece were telling their compatriot was more than what they actually owed. So they were they had a loan deformation. They deformed their loans. That is what Kenya
Defaulted.
right. That is what. Right, not defaulted, but they trying to tell you that they owe so
Like-
and so amount, but in reality, it was more than that amount they owe. So what Kenya is showing you in public is they owe this amount,
Oh
but
wow!
it's not the
IRS said
reality of it.
somebody said 64 billion.
exactly. So it's actually more than
Okay,
that.
so you
And
are correct. Okay.
yeah, so it's actually more than that. And what Kenya was supposed to do to pay these loans is, their tourism industry is not working well because take a think of it. The part of Kenya that has insecurity with Somalia is actually hindering people from to come in as tourists. So this has actually the tourists what is it? The economy of tourism in Kenya has declined compared to what it used to give back in the days. And they also depend on their flour economy, right? Flour was their major cash crop, and tea and all of these things. Now tea consumption in Africa has actually reduced. So most people do not actually consume tea anymore. And when it comes to flour, most Africans want to buy superficial flowers instead of buying natural flowers from Kenya. So most of these things has actually declined in such a way where Kenya is only thinking of their human resource, to stimulate their economy. And when it comes to human resource, when you see I mean, Kenyans, human, I mean, their lifestyle is not, they cannot, I mean, compared to Philippines, because United States depends on Philippines. When you get on this customer service, right? You want to talk to people. When you get on the call, you talk to Philippines. But when it comes to Kenya, I don't think Kenya can act as a human resource to United States because of that. There's a linguistical barrier when it comes to it. So there's a lot of decline in what is happening in Kenya. So this taxation was to help stimulate the economy.
So
But
do
now
you
people
think
have kicked
Ruto they're
against it.
gonna get rid of him?
The Ruto is not the problem. The problem is there's a fundamental problem of what is happening in Kenya. The former president did a lot of dirtiness in what is happening in Kenya, but they could not hold him accountable because he comes from one of these elite tribe. They cannot hold him accountable. Now they are holding Ruto accountable because his tribe is of no use in Kenya. He's
Wait,
coming from an underdog.
but what do you mean it's of no use? He's the president.
I mean, he's coming from an underdog tribe, a tribe that will always take blame for what is not for what is going wrong. I mean, it's like you live in a society where you see, like in America, right? You have
Like
a
they
white
blame
person,
the
a white
blacks.
community, and a black. Exactly. So most blacks, you'll be scared putting more blames on a white family than putting blames on a person that looks like you. That's why you see when black Americans come on this planet, they kind of talk down on blacks, on Africans, because these are the kind of people that they can actually picked on. It's the same like in Kenya. There are certain tribes that you cannot actually hold accountable in Kenya. You only pick on the small tribe. So Ruto is coming from that tribe, and they kind of like, oh, he has
So
never held power. He has never
his
been.
tribe is like the black tribe.
It's like a rank and file in Kenya, a low class. They have to, so he is now the escape dog. They have to actually say, oh, he's the problem of everything. He caused this, but he did not. He inherited all these things. He has not been in power for over 2 years. So these are things that he inherited. So he is trying by all means to solve these problems possibly, so things could look better in Kenya. But it's not. The Kenyans are not reasoning it out. There is no country that does not live on taxes. Even in America, where we live, that there are high taxes in
But
certain things that we do.
Judah, they are taxing their even ugali. Don't you think that
Yeah, but
how they gonna respond to that? They don't have money.
no. It has to happen, right? We Africans have that docile spirit that, oh, because we are Africans, oh, we should live free. No. I remember a Greek
So you think
philosopher.
they just want to be welfare babies?
Exactly. I remember a Greek philosopher back in the day saying, man was born free, but everywhere in chains. In chains in such a way that you have to pay taxes, you have to abide by the rules and regulation in the country that you live in. So even black Americans or blacks in America also have that, pretext of not want to pay their ticket, want to do this. They don't want to abide by the rules and regulation. And that's the same mentality that we Africans have. And I believe that we have to pay taxes. Ruto did the right thing to tax ugali, to tax food, because we just believe that food is free. No, it's not. We have, if people don't pay taxes, how is the government gonna go? Are they gonna pay their workers? Are we gonna believe in taking loans? No. What happened in Greece is, when Greece was about to solve their crisis, what did they do? It was actually high taxes that they put on their people, for certain loans to be paid. You cannot enjoy all the development in your own country and don't pay taxes. It makes no sense. You want your country to develop, then you're gonna have to pay more high taxes. Even the bourgeoisie and the high, the taxes had to stop. From one thing that I blame the Ruto is he took the taxes from the from the ground down to the top. It doesn't have to work like that. It has to stop. It has to start from the top up all the way to the ground level. So you have to start cutting taxes from your ministers, from your presidents, from all these top workers, and then it goes down to the rank and files. You see, like in America, right? Certain time in America, the government shut down because they believe that things have to work. So they shut the economy down. So they have to save more money to stimulate the economy. That is what has to happen in Kenya. Maybe shut the economy down for at least a month, and people should go home without no pay. Then so you could save more money and you stimulate the economy. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
But Judah, you're seeing how these people are responding. It's a hand-to-mouth society. Most people, if you shut that down, it's going to be a problem, like you're seeing.
Yeah, can I butt in a minute?
That's why I say. That's why I say we Africans are actually living in a box.
In a fantasy, like in a fantasy.
Yeah, in a fantasy world that we believe that everything has to be given to us in a gold platter, right? It makes no sense to me when I see educate. So that's why you saw the people that went to the street were actually rank and files. Now, when you saw the sister of Obama, now that wasn't a coincidence. It was something that was just put in it for people to believe that, oh, she was on it. No, she wasn't. She took advantage of the demonstration and came in, and CNN picked on it. This is what most Africans do not realize. Once there's a demonstration that is going on in Africa, there's 2 to 3 people that kind of infiltrate the demonstration, and most of these TV stations, they kind of pick, they kind of focus on them instead of what is actually happening. She stole the show. The show wasn't about her. It was about what was going on, and she stole it. But the people has to pay taxes. If I'm Ruto, I have to make that firm. People have to pay taxes, but start it with your ministers, with your governors, and with all the people that are benefiting from the system. That's what you have to do, not the rank and files. And then take it down to the rank and files, but everything has to be taxed, from hair salon, from food shops, people have to pay, and that's how the economy has to grow. If not, then you guys, will continue living in a world that is not fruitful. And that's just it.
Judah.
And thank you so much. Yeah.
After can I come in?
Okay.
Hold on. Go ahead, kiddo.
Okay, Judah. Look, it's not about paying tax.
I think I'm not saying a word. I think it's my turn.
Yeah, it's this guy's turn after that.
Okay. I'm a Nigerian first. You didn't talk yet. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think I'm kind of leaning towards Judith's opinion. You understand me? I kind of lean towards that area because the money that was took from, like, the loan that was taken, there are projects to prove that, okay, the government actually spent this money on this project, which they enjoy. You understand me? If you look at the country from the TV, you see that at least there are visible infrastructure there, to prove this fact. So the only area I'm going to blame Ruto for is that he would have excluded the Gen Z. It would have made it that if you are below 30, you are not going to involve in this tax. Then tax every other person above 30. That would have been
But why?
a better solution.
No, but the majority of the population are Gen Z. They gotta pay if they make money.
No. See, that's the thing. But okay,
Do,
right?
do they eat?
See, that's the thing, because the Gen Z, most of them, let's be honest, when you look at the society across Africa, they don't have the opportunity that most of the elderly people have. You understand me? Most of them are graduated, still not have jobs. So where are they going to get the money to pay this tax? So I believe they should have excluded below 30.
Over here, we pay tax since teenage years.
No, but you guys live in the US, so US is different from Kenya, Africa. Another thing again, I think I kind of disagree with St. James. See, we can't be saying, some of us can't be saying we are Pan-Africanism, and you are saying he should be arrested by the whatever, is it the ICIC or whatever? No. Yes, if there's any problem, it should be tried in Africa. You understand me? By our court in Africa. Let's stop doing this. I mean, all the Muzungu that have committed crime across the world, how many of them are in jail? Are in the ICIC right now? How many? The answer is 0. When you look at the people that have been prosecuted, all of them are black people, black former leaders. They claim they commit whatever genocide and all these BS. Are they going to send Netanyahu to jail? The answer is no. It's not going to happen.
Well, they are saying it,
but it's not going to happen. Me and you know this. It's not going to happen.
Well,
so
we're not sure.
See, let's stop throwing our people under the bus. You understand me? Yes, we agree that yes, life were lost, but that doesn't mean he should be sent to jail.
St. James, you want to respond to him?
Oh, of course, I would like to respond. So, is it coming from a Nigerian?
Yes, it's coming from a Nigerian.
Okay, that's what this is the hypocrisy I'm talking to you about every day, Alpha Damas. You see my tone, the way I was talking about the situation. You know I don't want that man in the International Criminal Court. You know I don't want that man there. I was just speaking because he was not minding his business when he was talking about West Africa, when no one called him so. That's why I was like, okay, we need to take this guy to court. That's why I just said that. And you know I don't want that guy there. You know? So when it came to war, right, your own country was gearing up to go attack Mali. And no, I'm sorry, Niger. Who was telling you guys to go ahead and do that? Your own country, Nigeria. Who was telling them to go ahead and do that?
But it did not happen.
Well, it did not happen, but look at the chaos it caused, though.
But
you know how many? Hold on. Let's take it slow. Let's take it slow. Do you know, by cutting electricity to Niger, do you know how many people die in Niger? Do you even care to know? Do you know Nigeria cutting Niger electricity? Do you know how many people died in the hospital? Do you care to know as a Nigerian? Do you care to know?
Wow, that's a deep question, bro.
We are all African. I'm asking you a direct question. Do you care to know?
Well, St. James, he got kicked off by the king of the blacks, Naknizi.
Yeah, let's answer, man. Yeah,
okay. He's not going to answer because you know, Alpha Damas. We had a show. I don't know if we had a show before we talk about Africa, making sure that we have our own court in Africa so we can judge our people. You know, I'm not going to come here and talk about, we need to take another African to the International Criminal Court. We know what happened to Laurent Gbagbo in Ivory Coast. How many years he spent in Europe before he came back? You know.
Exactly.
Come on, man. Don't come here and try to pretend.
Kira, you are going to respond to some. Then go ahead.
Look, Judah, it's not about if these people are paying tax or not. These people are paying tax. But the problem is when these politicians, why these politicians not cutting their own fat salary, just like this Nigerian criminals also have it fat salary. So what I'm talking about is the SUV they're driving, the new SUV bulletproof they're buying from China, from Japan, and all these cars. They should drastically look, government work is a civil servant work. They should go back and start earning salary like a teacher in that country. That going with maybe $40,000 every month home. You understand me? The youth have no job. Then you want to tax their social media. You understand? I'm very proud of
he's taxing social media?
Yes, you want to tax their social media, you want to tax something they have in their pocket. They're running things with with empty stomach. You want to tax people that their parents are maybe 70, 80 years old. You understand me? That these are the youth maybe hustling around Nairobi there to feed their own parents. The money is not really there. Why the politicians driving big jeep, driving all kind of. If you think this thing just come out because of this tax now, you are joking. This thing have been in this guy's mind for a very long time. Only now they just carry it out, and it's not going to stop. Some of these politicians that carry out this atrocity against them, their blood is being split. I think now you hear that they're looking for them in their own homes now. This is the way to deal with these people. Until you take back your country, these men with fake suit, you understand me? These criminals who wear suit and been chanting British staff law or order, all kind of nonsense there in that parliament. These thieves, until they strip them naked, you could see that some of them, maybe they'll be wearing slippers now to be running. They no longer know Armani shoe in their feet. They no longer Versace suit in their body. They're all running now with slippers and short knicker, jumping the fence and telling their wife, please enter the car. Let's go. You understand me? It's not going to be easy. Oh God.
Can I push back on what Judy said? A little pushback here.
Go ahead.
About Judah made some really good points here, but the thing about what's his name, Uhuru Kenyatta, stealing the $1 billion from the Kenyan government. Judy, I don't think that's correct, man. There is no way the Kenyans are going to allow, even though it's right what he said here. Kenyatta, his dad, Jomo Kenyatta from the 60s, is from the elite family, the former president. But there's no way he's going to steal $1 billion in cash and gets away with it. So, Judy, I think you got that one wrong. But going back to the Kenyan debt, the overall debt, like we were saying earlier on after Damus, the Kenyan people as well kind of responsible for this debt, because in Africa, especially East Africa, Kenyan people like to live in, they love a good life. They love the best thing in life. They love expensive drink, expensive way of living life. They're the sort of people that will go out at 7 o'clock in the evening, go to a nightclub, and don't go back home till 12 o'clock the next day. Kenyans love to have a good time. That's how they like, in East Africa, you got Kenyans, Ugandans, and what's the other one? The Rwandans. But the Kenyans, they love the alcohol, they love the womanizing, they love that life. So this all contributed to the debt that they're all in. And you're right, they all kind of have to chip in to sort of pay for this debt. They all have to kind of chip in, man. You know what I mean? But I think Kenya will be fine, after that was Kenya compared to our country and where we're from. Kenya is a rich country, bro. You know what I mean? They've got money and the standard of living is high.
They can't pay their bill.
Yeah, even though they can't pay the rent, but you can't compare Kenya like to somewhere like Sierra Leone or Gambia, bro. You cannot.
Yeah, because they are receiving more welfare. We are standing on our two toes.
It's a different standard of living, bro. It's
right.
So they're gonna be fine. Obviously, they're gonna go through hard time. The next couple of years not gonna be easy, but they're gonna come through. You know what I mean? They're gonna come through, man. And the tourism and the tourism as well. They've always had the tourism to kind of back them up. I know they're struggling at the minute. Like Mombasa and Malindi. These are the hot spot of tourism in Kenya. But they'll bounce back, man. They'll bounce back.
I think Judah wanted to respond. Go ahead, Judah.
Go on, Judah.
Oh yeah, you trying to debunk a point that I made about how Uhuru stole a lot of money. I've spoken to a lot of Kenyans.
You said $1 billion, bro. $1 billion. You know how much that is?
That's what they told you. They still don't have statistics about how much he stole. That's what you don't understand. You just don't get it. You just think people
Bro, calm down, man. You don't actually know how much he's told, man.
No. You use your common sense, yeah. It's a bit far-fetched to think Uhuru is gonna steal $1 billion and put it in his pocket. Come on, bro. $1 billion, not $1 million, you know.
We're not talking about stealing $1 billion cash.
Sorry,
You could
guys, hold on 1 second. Supergirl paid to bring back UFC Superfan Nigeria first. Let's keep it classy. Thank you, Supergirl. Nagmizi, looks like your Mortisa, they paid for your Mortisa. So UFC called back in. They freed you from jail. Thank you.
Yeah, but they have to pay more to bring him in, not the same amount that Nangmizi paid for. So Nangmizi paid 22.
Why did you keep him out?
So, but
oh, okay, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, Supergirl, you gotta send in. You gotta send in the rest of the money. Nagmizi is protesting it. Nagmizi, you were gonna say something?
Yes, sir. I paid 22 euro.
Yeah.
So Supergirl has to put another $5 to free my Motiva servant.
Yes. Yeah. Supergirl.
You actually have to pay more than what I paid.
Yeah, Supergirl, you hearing that? So okay, Supergirl paid $19 more to bring in UFC. So UFC wouldn't waste time. He came straight in.
Yeah, let's bring him back, bro.
Because I came in, not to comment on the whole conversation. I came in to roast this fool. You know why he's stalking me now, trying to block me on our platform? Because he was acting a fool. He's a 50+ years old man, but he came online and be acting a fool. I tried to correct him, then he got in his feelings. Now he's stalking me across social media. You are a fool. What does that show? That you are at 50. You are stalking a younger person online.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send you the YouTube hell again. Stand by.
Yes, I want it. You
Supergirl, dig in your pocket, Supergirl.
You can do whatever you want. I will never apologize for a slave like you. You are a slave, okay? You are a slave. You are beneath me. I'm not going to apologize for anything. You fool at
apologize now and I'll let you live. Apologize now and I'll let you live.
So hell, I don't know if you have kids. To hell with your wife. To hell with your kids. Okay, they all born in hell.
Oh, damn, man, that's a bit deep, bro.
All right, let's allow Judah to finish his point.
USB, don't say that. Don't
yes, this guy.
No, don't bring somebody to
because I tried to correct him. Now he's talking me across the whole platform. What?
That's actually against YouTube.
USB, don't bring his children. You have
no. I will have them leave because he's talking me.
Let's go to who was talking before. Was it Judah?
I have a gun with me. I would have smoked your head because you stopping me is you are crossing the line.
Half a dollar.
Okay?
Yeah.
I would have blown your head off.
I was just trying to ask what Dustin said.
Okay.
So UFC can chill a little bit so we can keep going, right?
Yeah.
I was just trying to add to what Dustin said, right? So, when you're running for president, right? Part of your job is to come clean house too, right?
Right.
So people talking about Kenyatta has stolen money. It doesn't matter which tribe Kenyatta come from, man. If he has stolen money, you need to face the court. So you can't run for president, and while you get to the president palace, you're trying to, protect the people that run the country. You can't do that. That's why this Kenya are outside, because you create a class of people in Kenya that that has the money, and you see this Gen Z, like you said. What's the unemployment rate in Kenya? These kids are over there, they don't have jobs, and they see other people pushing big cars and luxury cars. They're not gonna take that. It goes. This is all for all African country. And what I wanted to say is this:
hold on, James. UFC have been sent out back to the fields again. Sorry, UFC. All right, go ahead, St. James.
Africans,
Yeah,
right?
but St. James,
Somebody was right. For the most part, Africans don't like taxes, right? But you remember one day I was asking one of my uncles, I asked the same question, why we don't like taxes. When the government want to take money from us, we cry. And my uncle was telling me, most of the people in Africa that still work for the government, they think this company still belong to the colonizers. So they don't want their money to go to the colonizer. So it kind of made sense for me. So it's up to the people that govern us, right, to break it down to the citizen that don't even speak the official language. Like in my country, I give you an example. When the situation that's happening in the Sahel, right? So the government didn't even have enough resources to order military equipment. When these people came to power, because of the charisma and the way they talk to people, and they were able to tax the citizen of that country. And so many people came outside and tell the government that tax is even too low. We want higher taxes. People volunteer for the government to tax them more so we can help build the country. So for me, I believe the Kenyan government has to.
So what do you think about what Judah said about taxing them?
No, taxing them could be a good thing, but if there is too much corruption in that country, and if people have looted the country's resources and they're sitting in the country, and these Gen Zs are watching it happen, they're not going to accept to see their parent being taxed like that. It's up to Ruto. You have to make sure you clean house. While you're doing it, you clean house. And learn how to speak to your people. That's the way I'm going forward.
Yeah, but
if you really need it, I agree. If they need it, if the economists of that country say we really need that money for the country to stay afloat, they're going to have to figure out a way how to talk to their people. I believe they can find a compromise. But if they don't do
St.
that,
James, St. James, what you got to realize, African countries, it's one of the most hardest. It's one of the most hardest places to collect tax on people. Just imagine in the African markets, the street traders. There's hundreds of them everywhere. People carry things on their head. They carry things in wheelbarrows. Most of these people don't pay tax, bro. You understand? 80% of these people, traders, don't pay tax to the government. People don't pay taxes for their homes.
The people that carry things to their head, they have a place where they sell their goods, right?
No, they move from place to place, bro. People are
it's
moving
up
from
to the government
location.
to figure this out, because
How you gonna tax these people? I could open a shop outside my house.
I'm
you
sorry?
know what I mean? I could open in a kiosk. How you gonna tax these people?
Open
So
it
it's very
inside your
difficult.
house or outside your house?
Bro, I'm not.
this is what is
You're from Africa, bro. Yeah? You know exactly.
I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. That's all. I'm not
listen.
negating what you're
I'm
saying.
talking about people. I'm talking about people carrying things on their head, moving from post to post, from that location to that. How are you gonna tax these people,
and this is
bro?
why they are getting taxed now, and they
So
are on
these
the
people,
street.
I went to a country, right, Alphadamas. I went to a country,
It's
right?
very difficult,
The
bro.
people
It's very
that sell,
difficult,
the
bro.
people that sell good outside, right? They make sure they wear a vest. They have a vest that they wear with the phone number. So that means if you want to sell to the people of that country, you have to go to the city hall, register your name, and tell them what you are selling, and tell them about how much you make a day or a week or a month. So they will. So based on what you are selling, they will tell you exactly how much you owe to the government. So once you pay that, they give you a vest to wear. And when they have the police in that country, so when they see you selling and you have that vest and you are registered, they will let you go. They know that you have your taxes. They may ask you about the paperwork, and when you present the paperwork, the police will go. So I haven't seen that I haven't seen this in our West Africa. So I was just sitting there watching. I'm like, that could be a good thing for Africans. Why not?
Yeah,
Why
it
not
would be,
start?
right?
I'm sorry?
I've been to 6 countries in Africa. I've never seen anything like that, bro.
I'm not saying Africa. I say I was somewhere in the world and I've seen it.
Okay.
No, That's why I say we could copy this. Like I can volunteer this information to my people in Burkina Faso and tell them, hey, if you want to sell to the people, you have to go to City Hall, register your name and your business, and tell them exactly what you are selling. They will give you a uniform. It doesn't have to be a uniform, like a vest or something. If you are selling, like those people who are walking all over the place, when the people, this even make it better, for the people to buy your goods. We can't have random people selling outside the street and we don't even know where they're coming from. We don't know what they are selling. Don't you think that would be a good thing?
Oh, definitely, because you look more legit. You look more legitimate as well as a business person.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Definitely.
We have too many people. Like you go to Africa, you have too many people with shops. They haven't even registered their shops. So how the government's going to collect taxes?
Come up. What do you think about the Kenyans? You be sponsoring show, man. Come in Akmizi. You cannot just go like that.
Even when I go on holiday, I take loads of stuff back. I just go to the beach on a Sunday, the beach in Freetown, Afidamus, I just go there and open my goods and start making money. You know what I mean? I don't pay any taxes to anybody. I make my money, get my money, and I'm gone. You understand? So that's what the stuff is. They need to implement.
And that's what the government. And that's what the government is trying to do. Stop tax invasion and all of these people taxing them, and the people do not want it. The problem is not people not paying taxes. It's just that they don't want to pay it. That's the thing. They have to. I mean, for anyone refusing to pay taxes, need to face the law. They need to send them to jail for at least 6 months. And if they don't obey or they don't want to still pay taxes, probably clean them out. I mean, for Africans, for things to work in Africa, you have to come in with measures that everyone needs to follow. If you want to go by, slow measures and then things are not going to work. It's not going to happen like that. Black person in general, they need some kind of tough measures. You don't do kumbaya with Africans. You have to come up with a stick, with some kind of a stick to be beating them in the back for them to actually do what you want. So,
Jude, are you saying the Kenyan police are doing a good job?
Of course, they did a good job, but one of the flaws that happened is this guy has sent most of the Kenyan military to Haiti, and that was where the defeat came in. So the ones that were left could not stand the Nairobian population. So they kind of got overthrown. That was what happened in Kenya.
So you think Haiti barbecue should send some gang members there to help them in peacekeeping?
Yeah, you see, Kenya is not that country that people think, I mean, you cannot compare Kenya. Look, when people say, Kenya is this, look, do you know that in Kenyan parliament, they also have Chinese in that parliament? They also have Europeans in that parliament.
So they are sellouts. They are not independent.
Kenya is one of that. Kenya is not even in the. So that's why when I see these Anglophone, most of these English Africans coming over and say, Francophones, they are sellout. They are no. The English African countries are the most sellout in Africa. They are the ones that have sold Africans to the Europeans, Nigerians, and all of this. Let me finish. These English Africans, they want to eat. Let me finish. You always talk of French Africans. They eat this French African, this French food. Let me talk about the English Africans. What they eat. These English Africans, they want to eat this. They want to drink tea. They want to drink this British tea. They want. They want to speak. They want to speak like British, right? They want to go to England or I want to go to London for medical checkup and all of these things, right? So they have sold out Africans to the British. They love the white man more than the French Africans. So you go to Kenya. They want to drink tea. They want to go to the white man's place. They want
tea and crumpet. Tea and
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, go ahead, Kidola. Let you go ahead.
Nakwizi, man, I apologize as a Nigerian man. involve children, this kind of something for what just happened. I'm very, very
No,
sorry.
brother, I appreciate
Yeah,
you. No, I appreciate you.
yeah.
He's just mad. It's so good. I don't take it personally because right now he's in the fields and it's like 90 degrees. He's fetching motif for sir. But look, I wanted to say something. What's crazy is that I thought about it and somebody said it on this panel. To me, it's not a coincidence that the Kenyan people rose up as soon as the Kenyan police touched Haitian soil. I think it was planned. And here's my thing on Haiti, right? Maybe Rob Maurice to hit the panel. He knows more about his people than I do. But I think if you introduce Kenyans, peacekeepers into Haiti, you run the risk of uniting the gangs against those outside forces. And if the gangs become united to a certain extent, then Haiti's in for some shit. I don't know. Rob Maurice, if you're in the comments, let me know what you think about that. Now I'm gonna
But do you think Barbecue should send some gang members to Kenya for peacekeeping? Because now they're the ones, popping people on the streets.
I don't think. No, I don't. But I see where you're going with that. But I think Barbecue is honestly going to be positioning himself as some sort of leader against these Kenyan invaders, and that's how they're going to be framed, as Kenyan invaders.
Yeah, Kenya is in big trouble these days.
Yeah, but these English African countries have sold Africans out to the white man. That's what happened between Nigeria when Niger and Nigeria had to shut down their electricity supply to Niger because France was dictating to Nigeria.
Judah, you saying that
Huh?
Are you saying Nigeria is a sellout?
Judah, your president is 100 years old, yeah? And he's been in power since 1985. Why do you try and get rid of him?
But let me finish. Look, these English African countries, they dine with the white man. Let me tell you, they dine with the white man behind the scene. They don't want other blacks to know that they are dining with the white man behind the scene. But the Francophone Africans, they come in public. They dine with the white man in public. Why the English Africans they want to dine with a white man behind the scene, and this is their rhetoric. They don't want to have that blame of dining with a white man, so they kind of throw it on the Francophone.
So Judah, wait. Are you saying we're like the blacks? We eat with the white man, eat pancake and waffles with the white man. Chips, fish and chips, and we hide behind and drink tea.
Exactly.
Then when we come out, we wipe our face.
Exactly, and that's why you see the African Americans. They don't blame themselves, right? But they blame the Africans. That's the same in Africa. The English Africans, they don't want to blame themselves for dining with a white man. They blame the French Africans. The Nigerian oil industry is controlled by the white people. In Kenya, their whole tea industry and everything is controlled by the white man. You go to but the English Africans will tell you, oh, the French safer, oh, the France control the French safer, oh, their economy is this and that. But most of the countries that had one of the worst coup d'etat in Africa were the English African countries. Now you are blaming other French African countries for doing coup d'etat, but you had more coup d'etat in African history than any of these countries. So it just makes no sense to me, man. That's why my reason is, if you want to blame the people in Africa, you have to blame every African for doing what is not. For what is happening. Do not go around and choose people and say, oh, they are doing this, or we are not doing this. But come to think of it, you are doing the same thing. So it's just all this blame game. It doesn't just work for me anymore. So,
but Judah, the French African. Because people have seen them, wearing the French suit, voting in the French parliament, they're talking speaking French like the Frenchman.
Don't you see Nigerians in the English parliament?
You know, eating garlic bread, eh?
Don't, don't you see Africans in German? Don't you see Africans in German parliament? Come on, man. All this stuff is just bullshit, man. It holds no water. It holds no substance. You know, the English. Tell me. Have you seen Kenyans the way they dress? Don't you see Ruto dressing in the best Africans, the British suit? He dressed well. When he meet other African leaders, he dressed in African wear. When he goes to Europe and comes to America, he dressed in the white man's suit. This is what most British, English Africans, they do. You know, they dress well. When they meet the Europeans, they want to dress like the Englishman. They want to, all of that. So it's the same thing for all Africans in Africa.
Adamus, you could be right? But in Francophone Africa, we don't have them judged with these white wigs. We don't have them.
Oh, wait, you guys don't wear the white wig?
No, we don't wear.
No, I think because the French don't wear that. That's why.
Right, that could be that, but I don't think.
Yeah.
Even
do you guys wear the red cap then?
The red what?
The red cap.
Nah,
nobody wears red cap.
Nah.
That's for you guys. You guys took the British English. You don't do that. You guys took their dressing in the system.
When I see that, man, when I see the white wig, man, I'm like, God damn, man. When it's time to get rid of those, man? I mean, it's crazy to me, but I mean, it's like Francophone Africa. Before we met, right? I told you Francophone Africa, they got their own issues. Some Francophone countries are more leaning towards, the French culture than others. I don't want to say names, but
Senegalese.
I come from one of those countries where
Senegalese,
we don't have that kind of leaning.
Cameroonians.
Right. So in my country, we don't have that kind of leaning. It's there. I'm not gonna lie, but my people, bro, like the Francophone, we have our own thing.
See, a Nigerian on the panel is saying that a Cameroonian president spent time in Europe, right? But their president Tinubu, when he came in power, he has visited Europe than Paul Biya. Within 2 years, this guy has gone to Europe almost 17 times. Tinubu, for medical checkups and all of these things.
Doesn't Paul Biya live in Swiss?
No, I mean the guy does not live in Swiss, but he lives in Cameroon. But he goes to Europe. I mean that is where most African presidents they go to, right? That's their homeland. Even these African presidents that were vocal, like Ruto, out of a sudden Ruto goes to Europe once every month.
But Jude, Tinubu wears Nigerian dress.
Huh?
Tinubu does not wear the white man's clothes.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't wear. I don't know where he got his clothing from, but it is alleged that most of this African clothing is being produced in Belgium. So the white man is the one that bring those fabrics to Africa. So it doesn't matter what they wear or what they don't wear. But my thing is, they hold their ties to the British. This guy has gone to France almost half of his 2 years in power already. He has gone to France almost 17 times, medical checkups and all of these things. They depend solely on the Europeans. Yeah, they depend solely on the Europeans for everything. So, I mean, and that's Africa as a whole. I was even talking to Kaiser, and Kaiser was telling me that their economy depends on the European. There's never a day that they're going to stand on their own. So there is no way people should say, "Oh, we should stand now," because they believe that the white man is the one that can tell them. I mean, yeah,
but
they believe that the white man has the. Yeah, go ahead.
Jude, what do you make? I've never seen Paul Biya in African attire. Sorry, somebody mute real quick.
Yeah, you don't even see Paul Biya roaming around, right? I mean,
hold on, Jude.
You will never see.
Jude, can you mute for a second? Rasmus, thank you for the super chat. He said, I am on a date with my BA queen. Oh, he's got a black queen. It will be disrespectful calling in while we dining out next time. But Kenyans need to watch out for us. We are the worst of the blacks in the diaspora for a reason. Thank you, Rasmus. Please, we don't want your black queen to get upset. Treat that black queen with respect. Is her name Bonquisha? Let us know, please. Go ahead, Jude.
Yeah, you don't even see Paul Biya like in places, you know. Take for instance, I mean, he doesn't even go to his neighboring countries for a visit or anything. I mean, even their neighboring countries do not come to Cameroon. Cameroon live in an isolated. I mean, he has isolated his whole, you know, country from, you know, what is happening in Nigeria is not of our concern. One is what is happening in Chad, Central African Republic is not of our concern. And I think I like that. I like that isolationism of Paul Biya. You know, he doesn't intervene in people's country. He's not like Nigeria that they will cut off electricity to Niger. Don't forget, Cameroon supply electricity to other African countries. But what is
So,
happening in
so
Chad,
you
we're not
calling
going to shut
Nigeria
down.
sellouts?
I mean, these are people that take order from French presidents, man. The French control the ECOWAS and all of that. They blame the French Africans, but they are doing the same thing. They kiss them behind the back. So, you know, so I mean, look, man, for some reason, I was even talking to
But what about Ghana?
African. Oh man, you're talking about Ghana? Come on, man. Man,
Man,
that's not even a
why
country,
don't you
man.
let me have Ghana, bro? Why don't you let me have Ghana, man?
Go ahead, man. Go
No,
ahead
man,
and handle
you can
Ghana,
do it,
St.
but
James.
I talk after you.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about a guy that came in public one time and said their president Akufo-Addo went to United States and said people shouldn't be going to America and collecting money. And 2 days he went and collected a whole sum. Come on, this are sellout, man. The English, let me tell you, the English is one of the most spoken country, I mean, in the world. So the English Africans have always taken that opportunity to meet with this. You don't see Paul Biya going to United States or United Kingdom all the time for this. No, when Paul Biya go to Swiss, he's not going there to meet with the Swiss president or the Swiss ministers or all of. No, he's going
Because he
there
lives
for
there.
his hotel. Yeah, he's going there to take a nap and come back to have a reset.
Wait, you said he goes there to take a nap?
To take a nap and have a reset of what is happening. And that's it. But when these English Africans, they are going to America, they are going there to spy on the French Africans. You saw what happened with Akufo-Addo and Burkina Faso. You saw what is happening with Nigeria and Niger. You see what is happening with other English African countries and their neighbor and their French. Yeah, they go there to spy, and to snitch on them. And French African countries do not do that. You don't go to Europe and snitch on your English African neighbors. No, it doesn't work like that. So the English Africans have the ones that have sold Africans to the Europeans. And that's a big problem in Africa.
Yeah,
That's a big problem.
Alfred
But St.
Damus,
James,
I'm gonna have to agree with that because we need to have that conversation because I'm not saying most Anglophone African country, right? But I believe it's time to expose this kind of behavior. So I can give you an example, right? When it comes to
Oh, sorry, St. James. Let me read this real
Okay, go
quick.
ahead.
Rasmus, thank you for the super chat. He says she's a Bonquisha. I don't deal with Mortisa. So Rasmus is of the Bonquisha tribes, women. He is not into the Mortisa tribe. Well, shout out to you and Bonquisha over there. Make sure you order her some crab legs, some fried chicken and watermelon if you haven't already done so. Go ahead.
but
But
every
go ahead.
Bonquisha had an ancestor. Every Bonquisha had an ancestor who was a Mortisa, right? Because if not, they wouldn't be existing today. Because most of the people that are existing today are coming from the Mortisas.
No.
You know,
The Mortisa comes from the Bonquisha. It's the other way around.
Yeah, they come from the Bonquisha, but the ones that were in the slave in the plantation, most of them died. So the ones that are having ancestors right now are the ones that are coming from the Mortisi tribe. Because they were 70 to a white man, and they kind of grow their own generation, right?
That would be a whole different show. That's St. James. This guy.
Thank you, man. Thank you. You know, when that whole situation happened in the Sahel, right? So I believe, right, the leaders of this country, I believe they were trying to appeal to Anglophone Africans. You know, they were trying to appeal to them. So when they saw Ghana did what it did, you know, trying to put us down, I believe Akufo-Addo was coming to sell us for very cheap, right? And you know, America was getting ready to lowball him. So when Nana Akufo told the numbers, right, to the American felt bad for us, man. They didn't want to buy it. They just let it go. You know what I'm saying? That's how we escaped. Nana Akufo was trying to sell us on the cheap.
So is that what Kenya is doing too?
I mean, it could be something like that. You know, you don't come here. You know, when you come here and then you go with what you want, I mean, the deal is sealed, man. It's very sealed. The way Biden give the dude his chair and he was like, "Yeah, you the big boss now for 2 seconds." Nah, they gave you the package deal, man. You know, and you have to go running on your people. So it's up to you to decide what you want to do. But he wants to be the voice of Africans. That's what he wants. But because I never seen an East African president talk about a West African country. I haven't seen that before. Let alone travel to West Africa. We don't do that. Even vice versa. Most West African countries don't go to East Africa and vice versa. We don't even do that like that. I would like for us to do it because there is nothing wrong with it. We need to do commerce. You know, we need to exchange goods. It doesn't happen. So we were taken aback when he said those things, but I'm going to leave it at that. So let's talking about Ghana, right? Ghana is that place, right? So you know Ghana is my people, right? So this is family affairs, you know? So, you know, like they sell you something and they take it back at night. You know, that's how they do it.
wait, like they sell, are you telling me they will sell it and like they sell you a goat and then you wake up in the morning, the goat is gone?
And yeah, the next day you find the same goat on the street being sold, man. You have to buy it again. So that's how they do it there, you know. But, you know, I mean, like Nigeria, I mean, the people of Nigeria, you know, the people of Nigeria, they're good people. But come on, man, when that situation happened in Nigeria, man, come on, man. People were like, God damn, you shutting off water and talking about you're gonna come, you know, attack these people. I mean, you say it didn't happen, but what that does to a country. After that was in the Gambia. You sitting there in another country telling you we're gonna come. Even if they don't show up, how would you feel about
it? Not good.
Not good, but that's how you gotta fix it. They don't want to fix it. They're talking about we didn't show up. No, you didn't show up because some other country you put a resistance to it, right? You can't deny.
Somebody mute. Somebody's echoing.
Right?
Oh, sorry, I think I'm the one. But I wanted to make a statement, right? Someone is saying that French national team is full of francophone Africans, right? Have you ever looked at the British national team or the English national team? Don't you have a lot of English Africans, Nigerians playing for that team? And even in United States, you see countries like Ghanaians playing for United States national team, football national team as well, soccer or whatever they call it. You have Liberians playing for. So see, man, that's why I tell you that these English African countries, they don't actually see their own things, right? They kind of only pong nose into French African countries. Oh, they are doing this, they are doing that. But what are we doing? That is so they are just full of crap. If I was one of these African presidents, I will massacre most of these guys.
Whoa.
That are talking most of these. Yeah. Because
let me read this. Hold on. Can you mute? Let me read. Hold on. Let me read this. Rasmus, thank you for the super chat. He said, "My Bonquisha is 90% sub-Saharan Africa from Tennessee." Oh man, you got one of those. You are the 10 IC. Is that the line you hit her with? And she's like, hell yeah. But thank you for correcting that. Well, Judah, he said his Bonquisha, she's pretty much African. So, but that's a whole different topic another day because I have to break the difference between the Motisha and the Bonquisha tribe. Go ahead. So, Kidola, you and I are the ones from the English speaking, and the French speakers have cooked us.
Yeah, I gotta
I don't know
today.
I don't know if Judah is just Judah. I think Judah is jealous that Ambazonia is not a real country. That's what I'm suspecting. So yeah.
I don't blame Judah. Chrysochus and the stock broad and all kind of broad have destroyed Judah for a very long time.
Yeah.
Judah is pissed. You understand me? He's looking for where to counsel, clean his head from those
Yeah, because Kidola, I'm sitting here, I said, oh man, it looks like they are cooking us, Kidola.
wow, Lord. Because
Man, there's
somehow
more cooking.
I don't know what
There's
to
more
say.
cooking
Because
coming, man. There's more cooking coming.
no, I understand. This English leaders people are talking about. I'm not really their fan. You understand me? You know, I'm not proud.
Wait,
Always talk
Kidola.
about Francophone Africa drinking French tea and all of that, drinking, eating all these McMuffin or all these French baguette. That's what Kidola.
Eating garlic bread
No,
and all of
no,
that.
he talks about the blacks eating, pancakes and waffles. That's a different ball game.
After that, have you seen the last meeting in Abuja? I don't know if that was in Nigeria. The last meeting they had when they were discussing Niger, and you see all these people that didn't look like us, like sitting in the room, like front row.
Oh, the white people.
Yeah, and you. So when my people saw that, man, we
I think those were the light-skinned Nigerians.
Right. No, after that, but when our people saw that, man, we lost, man. We lost this.
No, so yes, they were light-skinned Nigerians. You didn't
Oh, yeah?
understand. Yeah.
Nah, that's why Traore was like, we need to leave ECOWAS, man. This is not gonna work.
But I think, Jude, last time I checked, he was from the English side, but now all of a sudden he wants to cook the English-speaking countries. Like, what's going on here? Like, do you think he's jealous that Amazonia is not a real country?
Judah is my guy, but it seems like the French have actually given something to Judah to eat. You understand me? Judah, eat that garlic bread you eat today or yesterday, you have to take and go
Spit it out.
Because
Yeah.
go and spit it out, because it seems today you change and you change overnight. So I will be looking at you to see if that fresh toast is still.
Yeah, because I remember Jude didn't like the French.
He never liked the French. He never liked the French. You understand me? You don't never like the French. See, I'm with the Burkina Bay. I'm with that guy called the president of Burkina Faso. Is my man. I always love Burkina Faso. Not the useless ones, so not those ones that they kick. Sakara and this guy. You see this guy? He cut his salary down. That's what I want to see with Africa. That be bold, take a big step. See, Africa, let me just tell you the truth. Burkina Faso have been a water for you see, Ouattara used them to come. This Ouattara that is against this man now. Ouattara used Burkina Faso mercenaries to overthrow Bagbo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's the Ivory Coast ones that is used. He just used Burkina Faso mercenaries as his personal soldiers. And those guys fought very, very hard to put him in power there. Now he's not turning against the country that he's coming from. I know Ivory Coast and Burkina Faso, they share the same kind of tribe there. But the ones that really help him into power are the people for that side. The people said, look, we want to develop in our own way. We don't want to be a puppet anymore. That's why I said, for all the leaders now in Africa, I'm with that guy. I'm just, look at the guy last time when Western media started carrying propaganda against him. He fled. There's a mutiny. The guy came out calmly, coolly, and said, they're just lying. He didn't run. Look at the way he started. The people love him. You see, before Sakara died, why I love Sakara was the only leader that told Babangida that the problem of, I think, Liberia at that time, solve it. But you just refused to solve it. And Sakara was the only guy that didn't pick Mercedes-Benz for Babangida at that time. He refused the car. So Babangida was sharing Mercedes-Benz. You understand me? That's why I like Sakara. I always like Burkina Faso, some of their leaders, not the other one that betray him. You know that the wife was using.
I remember those Babangida Mercedes Benzes. Our ministers used to love them.
Oh yeah, Babangida was sharing Mercedes-Benz to that came to
the black ones.
Yeah, man. You understand? He just refused. He just refused the Benz. He said no. He was very tough with with Babangida at that meeting. Then a week he died. We thought maybe Babangida have hand in it, but it happened to be Babangida. So I don't know nothing. You know, so that's Sakara in Nigeria is very popular guy. We love him a lot. Now this guy we're seeing now, whoa, this is the guy. How can you be taking things from people's country? You call it them poor. Do you know what Macron do to the last president of Burkina Faso? The citizens overthrow. I'm not saying the army or the citizens.
You talking about Blaise Compaoré?
He was insulting the guy on the stage in a press conference. It was, I don't know, I think this is an elected man. This is not a military man. You know, Macron came there, started talking nonsense out of his mouth. Where are you getting your resources from? You know, where you get your, I have a friend, his name is Demia, you know, the guy from Burkina Faso. I forgot his name. I will ask my wife this guy's name. He's married to a French woman. The guy told me everything about Burkina Faso. Told me about how Nigerians are coming there to do business, coming with cars, driving all the way from Nigeria to Burkina Faso. I'm like, really? I said, yes. You understand me? He told me about his country. Beautiful. I told him about Sakara, that I love Sakara. Sakara, I know a lot about Burkina Faso, but I've seen Burkina. I love the people. You understand me? You know, I love my African people. Not just I just love my Africa. I love my West African people. You understand me? I just love it. I can be in anywhere. I can be in Cameroon. I can see myself in Gabon and everywhere. But our leaders are not good leaders. That's what is killing us. You know, Afrodamus, you know, since this so-called internet now, read these African intermarriages have no boundary anymore. Nigerians are not even married to Mali women.
But you know, Nigerians have been doing that for a while.
I didn't know. If you really come, because they're doing business to all these areas, they're not even marrying as far to. I know Cameroon a lot. I know some Gambian ones, but I didn't know all the way to Mali, Niger, even Burkina Faso. You know, someone will say, I mean, where's your wife from? Mali. Okay. You speak French? No. But they just still understand each other because in Africa to Africa, the similar culture, similar tradition. So they know each other through all these things. The language will come later. You understand me? That's why I'm happy that what is going on in Kenya, the Kenyan people need to free themselves for this puppet. Judah is correct. Most of our leaders are puppets.
Kidola. So do you know if Sankara has stayed longer in power? I believe back in the day, right? He was bringing in a lot of Anglophone Africans, like Nigerians. Some Ghanaians were coming, but in my country there was a lot of Nigerian that was coming. I believe he had an idea about, you know, trying to make us speak English like a second language. He was trying to. I think the plan that for the next 10 to 20 years, when he was still alive, he was trying to make us an Anglophone country. I believe so, because if you come to Burkina right now, we have a place in Burkina. If you go to that place, man, if you say this is Burkina, you won't believe it. It's all Yorubas, man. Even when I was a child going to school, I used to see a lot of Yorubas who bought houses. You know, I lived among Nigerian growing up, you know. So Anglophone Africa was not a surprise to me, because I got to know, you know, Nigerians before I even got to the state. You know, there's a lot of Nigerian Burkina Faso, like Yorubas. The Yorubas, it's a lot. Igbos, not too many, but Yorubas, a lot.
These English Africans, man, British is their daddy. Have you seen when the Prince of London went to Nigeria? Did you see how the British Nigerian dresses? You know, those British military, you know, those clothing that the British military wear in London. I mean, when they want to welcome the Queen or the King of England, it was the same tenor that the Nigerian police were wearing to welcome the Prince of London. I mean, was it Prince Harry? I mean, you will never see that guy in French African countries, right? He kind of go to, you know, countries where they are being dominated by, you know, his mother conquered, you know, Nigeria, Ghana, and all of these places, you know. So they are puppet. to the British. They see them as our you know, as our masters. You know, we have to serve them. So
No, but,
that's
but we
just it,
have
man. I don't know
that's why
what is
we have
wrong
to
with
put
this
a barrier
thing,
on their
man.
back, right? You know.
So Judah, which master does Ambazonia serve?
No, Ambazonians do not serve neither the British nor the French. You know, we cut away because they
But
do not recognize us. They do not give.
you fighting to be English though.
No, we are not fighting to be English. What you don't understand is we speak English. We are not fighting to be English. What is your point of fighting to be English?
Because
I don't
Judah,
understand.
back in the days, Cameroon used to be German, and then when Germany lost the First World War, you know, the French, you know, and the English came, they divided it, you know, like the English, the French, they convinced most of Cameroon that they would give them better beer than the German beer, and they accepted. Now you know, you guys went to the English side, and you guys were seen as the rank and files of Nigeria.
It's funny.
And
You telling me my own history. Go
well,
ahead.
you guys became the rank and files of Nigeria back in those days, and that's why you guys are like, you know what, you know, we want to go back to Cameroon, but we want to be our own English place. So this is the history from a while ago. But you guys, you guys used to be German. You guys,
is fighting to be English.
look, you guys, Judah, you guys used to be German. You know, back then, you guys used to say "Bigets dia," Alex Club ID, Bigets. You know, that's what you guys used to speak until the Germany lost in World War One, and then
we'll start billing every bride price that or the Cameroonian men that are coming to marry those Calabar women and those people women for our side. We'll start putting every bride price on their head. You start billing Cameroonian men that are coming to pick our women for a very long time. You understand?
It's even a vice versa, right? When Cameroon was a German colony, quite all right, like any other African country was, you know, under colonization. But when the Germans lost most of their territories, all their territories in Africa was taken. Togo was a German colony.
Cameroon was their biggest. Cameroon was their biggest loss.
What you mean it was their biggest? They lost. Tanzania was also known as Tanganyika. It was a German
part
colony.
No, their biggest was Cameroon. They used to call it German West Africa.
Yeah. You also have Namibia. Namibia was a German colony. It was also taken. But you know, Cameroon was the biggest German colony in Africa.
Right.
You know,
that's what I said.
And there's nothing wrong. But when the Germans they lost that territory, most of German territory was given as a trusteeship. It was put under the United Nations as a trusteeship.
No, they didn't have the United Nations yet at the time. This was from you. They lost Cameroon.
It was put under the League of Nations.
Nations, yes. Which is what saved Ethiopia. But they like to say they defeated the Italians. No, Haile Selassie ran to the League of Nations, and the League of Nations saved them. But go ahead.
Let me tell you another thing that history is also. See, when Ghanaians come on the platform and say they are the first first African country to gain independence in Africa.
Black Africa.
That is a lie. It's not it's a myth. It's not the reality. When you go on Wikipedia and check, Ghana independence was in July of 1960.
57.
No. Let me finish. What you don't understand about British is there's a difference. Kwame Nkrumah did not become president of Ghana till 1960.
But he was prime minister first.
Exactly. Now let me tell you, the British Cameroon, the Ambazonian, elected their own prime minister in 1957. They had their own prime minister.
So did Ghana.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not only Ghana that had a prime minister within that period. Most English African countries were electing their prime ministers
But Jude,
in
what you don't
1956.
no, Jude, what you don't understand.
Let me finish. Let me
Your,
finish.
your
Let me finish.
side, you guys were bootleg Nigeria. You guys were Nigeria's rank and
No,
file.
let me
That's
finish. Let me finish. When you are a prime minister, right, you don't control your country. The Queen of England control you. You are not an independent country. You cannot hold talks with an independent country. That's why Ghana became independent in July 1960. That was when they had a seat in the League of Nations. But when you are still under, when you are a prime minister, you cannot be in any, they do not recognize you as a country because the Queen is the president in that country. You as a prime minister does not control anything. So when I see Africans with their short-sightedness coming out here and say Ghana was the first black African country to gain independence, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Your country did not become independent till Kwame Nkrumah became independent president in 1960. So that is just a myth. It wasn't a reality. So now let me stick to the Ambazonian stuff. Now, when the Germans' territory was divided into two halves, the French took the part of the East French Africa or Cameroon. That was because they already had territory in Chad, Central African Republic. So they took the part that was closer to these people. Why the British, they assumed that since they were already ruling Nigeria, let's take the part that was closer to Nigeria. So they divided and took part of us. So, I mean, you saying that I'm fighting to be English. I'm like, I'm from an English country, man. I'm from an English place that speak English.
so the English are your masters. The English are you guys' masters.
Yeah, I mean, like Nigeria, their master is their English. Gambia, their master is their English.
No, but why did you leave out Amazonia when you were pointing out all these places that their masters are the British?
We the English-speaking Africans believe that we are not being controlled by the white man. We believe that we are free, of which we are not. The white man instead control more of us than the French Africans, because this is the thing.
True.
The French Africans have come to realize that they are being controlled by the French. So they are fighting for it. But the British Africans, the English Africans, assume that they are not being controlled by the white man. So they are just, they are just being dumb and don't realize that they are being controlled. And that is a problem. It's a sickness. The French Africans already realize that, okay, we are being controlled by the Frenchman. Let's fight for it. The English Africans believe that, no, we are not being controlled by the Englishman. Let's just stay the way we are. But that is a big point because all their economy is being run by the British. Come to think of it, the shillings that the Kenyans are using today, the Ugandans, it was the British currency, the British shillings. Back in the days, the British used to use shillings. So when they left the shillings, they kind of allowed East Africans to use it. So the Kenyans say, okay, we're gonna say we are using the Kenyan shillings. The Ugandans say, okay, we are using the Ugandan shillings. The Tanzanians say we are using the Tanzanian shillings. But all of this stuff was created by the white man. So at the end of the day,
let me read this. Nightingale said, "Did Judah have a broken heart from a Ghanaian girl before? He seems to dislike Ghana by the way he talks." Thank you, Nightingale. Judah, do you want to respond to that?
No. See, this is the thing, right? There was at a point in Nigeria, there was a point when Ghanaians were coming into Nigeria, right, for a better standard of living. So, at one point in time, they got chased out. They were given 48 hours to leave Nigeria. And when they were leaving Nigeria, they did not only, Ghanaians did not only settle in Lagos. Most of them were settled in Calabar and other places in Nigeria. So when they were given 48 hours to leave Nigeria, they did not, most of them ran into Cameroon. Till we speak till today, there are a lot of Ghanaians that are doing fish. They are fishermen in Cameroon. They have never gone back to Ghana because these are the ones that instead of them going back towards the Benin border into Ghana, they instead ran into Cameroon because they were given 48 hours. And these guys in Cameroon, they have caused havoc. The Ghanaians in Cameroon, They have caused havoc. They have done a lot of things that we do not like, and that's why I've never looked
Like
at it as
fishing,
a
well, they
Ghanaian.
became because they fish better than you guys.
It's not about fishing better than us, right? They kind of take an industry, that belong to the English Cameroonians, right? And most of them
See, I
are,
knew it. They did, so they took it over and did it better than you guys.
not better, but they kind of, it just, ransack the whole environment of, so they change the system. So if you see any English Cameroonians, they will tell you the same thing. So I mean, come on, Cameroon is bigger than Ghana. Ghana is not even up to a state in Cameroon. So there's no. I mean, Cameroon has everything that Ghana has. So yeah, we shouldn't. Cameroonians shouldn't be looking up to Ghana, right? For some reason, it's like Cameroon and Nigeria. We wouldn't even be talking about Ghana, but. Yeah, but I'm gonna end right there, man. I'm busy, I'm probably gonna leave. Now you have this Al guy, a British guy with a British accent. His country has been run down by the British people, and Al, go ahead, man. I'm gonna allow you to talk. Go ahead. I wouldn't want to stay much.
No, you should stay. You should stay. I wait for your master. I'm your British master, so you have to wait.
I'm also a British master, right? You know that I'm from the English side of Cameroon, so I also have the same British master that you have. So go ahead.
I thought they must don't do this, but we're largely. I want you to do this, but Anybody.
Oh man.
The body they well, man. How the body they well? What's in the apple?
The body fine. The body fine.
I don't know. I don't know what in Judah they part today.
Now the same people who speak. This guy, if Afridemos, I can even understand Al more than you, man.
Really?
This guy, Al. This guy know Nabuku.
Wait, Judas. Are you saying my pidgin is not good?
Yeah, pidgin is not good, man.
Here we go.
Sierra Leone pidgin is the same like Cameroonian, Ambazonian pidgin.
I won't go that far. We're more closer to the Caribbeans than the rest, I think.
Yeah, this guy now want to link to Caribbean. You are
okay. Let's allow Al to speak because I'm about to leave here in a minute. I gotta go take care of some business. It's the middle of the day here.
Yes.
Go ahead, Al.
What happened to Dr. Kado, Judah? Is Kaiser out there protesting?
He's good. No, he called in earlier. You missed it. He said
calling, man. He did live some few hours ago. So yeah, he's back on.
Good. As long as she's good, that's the main thing.
So what's your take on Kenyans protesting, and should barbecue send gang members to go help Kenyans? Go ahead.
Barbecue is a good brother, man. I think barbecue should be running things over there. I'm just joking. But no, I think Kenya needs some help, man. The Kenya needs some help right now. I don't know what's going on in the country, but someone needs to stop these guys, throwing anarchy in the street and smashing. There's a way to protest. There's a way to deal with things differently, right? You can't just go out there, smashing parliament and doing all kind of stupidity. That's not going to bring anyone. That's not going to build anything, is it, really? Because the government is going to spend a lot of money to build all this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't support that. But, in terms of barbecue in Haiti, I mean, our Haitian brothers, any help they need, they can get from us. Any help they can get from us, it should be welcome. But I don't know at this moment if, but in fact, Kenya is not the only country, helping Haiti, is it? I mean? It's like a joint thing, so... that's my take on it. Yeah. But anyway, I just called because I was listening to Judah, talking about Judah made me ranking, to be honest.
Yeah, he was talking about especially you, Al, one of the English speakers, speaking in that British accent, drinking tea and crumpet,
After Davos.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to invade Sierra Leone, man. on our way to Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe we need to do that because there is a lot of talking and there is a lot of coonery and buffoonery. Like,
You mean educated feet?
right. So
Well,
maybe it's about
St.
that
James,
time we reproduce the 90s in certain countries so that people can leave us alone, right?
St. James, did he say that maybe you need to invade Sierra Leone? Did he just said that?
Maybe, I don't know if I mentioned another country.
We need to sort out your own mess before you're thinking about invading another country.
Well, I don't know if you can call it a mess. Your mess hasn't stopped, right?
No, well, you
Your
know we're
mess is
right.
still there. I'm watching the videos. It still look like it's deplorable in there. So you
At
still
least
you have your own mess to figure out before you badmouth other people.
we in Africa. I don't listen. I don't badmouth anyone. I just want the best for our people. Yeah, that's what I
Oh
want.
man, no, you don't want the best for nobody, man, bro. Don't start it with me, man. You know where you know where you going with this. You know,
what?
so if you still have bad memories about certain people, then we need to do it again. Since you don't want to be quiet about it.
About what? You seem like you still got beef with me, man. Do you want to settle this
I ain't
beef?
got beef with you. I'm trying to talk to you the way you talk on different channels.
Like what?
I don't know. You still don't read me?
St.
Like what?
James, call him out, man. Allah
Be,
always
be a
saying
man.
call him out.
It's been talking about, it's been talking about the 90s, man. So you know what's up with the 90s. So maybe love what happened. So if do you want it again or something?
St. James, I remember he called Burkina Faso out and said, "You guys have destroyed Africa." You know, he was looking up to the guy in Guinea.
And he's jumping on the panel acting like it's all good.
You guys were the one that were. He said you guys were the one that were fighting. He said you guys were the one that were fighting against Leonians. You know, most of the guys that were
But
captured were Burkina Faso.
Jude, the Afro-Damas, where Afro-Damas grow up?
Well, I'm right here.
Okay. Where did you grow up?
Yes, Sierra Leone.
So if we had beef, why I'm on your panel? Why I'm on your platform, bro?
We don't.
If my people got beef with people from Syria, why we here kicking it?
Right.
So did we destroy your country? No. Did we destroy your country?
No.
Did we do anything bad to your country?
No.
Based on the history, did we do anything bad to Liberia?
No.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. After them was you don't have a short memory, man. We know those boys that was caught in Sierra Leone and Liberia. Most of them were Burkina boys, isn't it?
Afro-Damas, did I not tell you?
Afro-Damas.
Hold on, guys. Allow DG to speak. He allow DG.
Tell St. James, to stop popping that wine bottle, man. Yeah, maybe next time you should make sure it's less liquor in there, man. Yeah, we know Burkina boys came to our territory. We sort them out.
Respect the host, man.
Allow DG to speak, guys. Go ahead, DG.
No problem.
Thank you very much, Abdullah.
Okay.
I really appreciate it. When we are talking about these topics on these panels, I completely agree with that every nation or every tribe in Africa should have owned their borders. We do not. Let me just tell you, Afrikaans, these borders have not been written by Africans. It's been written by other people. When our people are going to write their own borders, it's a question mark. So I agree with Judah. Every people who wants to have separate nation, they should have it. Why should we follow 1896 Berlin conference? No.
So you're saying how many countries do you think it would be if
I don't
all
care
the people that think
this is what the white man is telling us.
But hold on.
200 countries. You know what they are after India?
Okay. So what do you not see what's happening in Kenya?
I know. I will come back to Kenya again.
Okay.
But do you know what they are afraid of? They are afraid of like 200 and 300 and 400.
Well, it's not fair. I'm just asking question.
No. I did not draw my border.
So you want it to be smaller, bunch of small little tribes?
I am not saying it's
because that's what it would be.
No, I'm not saying it's small. I'm not saying it's big. I'm not saying it's in the middle.
No, but what you're advocating, that's what would happen.
No, Afridamus, please. What I'm advocating is, I have to be given the right to choose my own border. I don't care. I don't.
But you do. For example, us in Gambia, we are happy with our borders.
But Gambia, you shouldn't be in Gambia. You should be in Senegal. Come on.
But you see, you're using should, but it shouldn't. Obviously, you see how you cannot even honor your own proposal. You said we should be able to have our own borders. I just mentioned to you how we are happy with our border. You're like, no, why shouldn't you just go be part of this group here? So you are not even okay with another person being themselves, but you're talking about the white people's idea was wrong.
Did you draw your Gambian border?
Hey, I wasn't born when it happened. I was born.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the Gambian.
Look,
did they draw them?
Here's the thing. For me, no, that's not true. Me, I'm perfectly satisfied with it. Okay, the way I came, I was born. Hold on, I was born, and it was there. I'm not too worried about what happened. What happened before I got here? I could care less about that.
Hey, my brother. I don't like to disrespect you, but that is personally because you benefited.
Of course, that's what humans see. Human beings do what is beneficial to them. That's just common sense.
And we are not talking about a person. We are talking about
collectively. I don't hear any Gambians saying they want to be part of Senegal or any place. They are happy with the territory.
To be honest with you, I don't think
whether that territory was created by white men, jinns, or people out of space, the people are happy with what it is.
Didn't you have
why
are they happy? One second.
Because
I didn't meet 1 minute. After them was, didn't you have
because they are happy. What kind of question is that? If the people are okay with who they are, how can you tell them they are not? Why would you tell them that they should like something else? That's not life.
Listen, you don't need no.
Please, just 1 minute.
Okay, go on.
I live in Europe. I got an European passport. I don't need any European country to have a visa. But if a Gambian guy who is born in Gambia, who lives in Gambia and go to Kenya or Nigeria or South Africa, needs to have a visa to go to that country because of those borders our ancestors have not created for our own benefits. You think that we are saying who's going to get the most?
So do you think Africa today are you trying to tell me that yesterday's Africa, when it was the territories were controlled by different tribes, right? You telling me was safer and much freer for a complete stranger just because you are African? Like me being the way I look, like ancient times, I can just go all the way to Somalia and I will be safe. Is this what you're trying to push here? Yes. Like nobody's gonna try to sell me to the Arabs.
No.
Oh, come on. Come on. Africa is much better today than it ever was.
Now today, of course, you are right. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is,
People
you
who are not even
no,
aware of each
no,
other,
no.
they don't know each other's language. Now people can communicate. So what
You
are you
should not
talking about?
be, you should not be a foreigner in African soil, whether you come from west or north or east.
Well, I'm foreign to any country I'm not from, sir. That's just common sense. It's not about whether you are African or not. Foreign means you are new to the place. So I don't know what type of meaning you guys are giving these words, but it's just logic. If
Okay,
I
that's
go to
your
South
opinion,
Africa,
and
but
I respect it.
you're foreign there. You don't know the place. You don't know the custom. Just
I'm a
because,
foreigner to South
just
Sudan.
because you
I'm a
are
foreigner
African,
to.
look, just because you like, if I go to Kenya, I bet you will be foreign to me. I've met Kenyan. I do not speak their language. We do not even have the same kind of food. The only language we have in common is English. That's what I communicate to them in.
You
So,
live in America, my friend, but you don't
no.
bring the
If
friends,
it,
the friends, the people,
if I go
the
to
friends who speaks German.
I think
if
this
I
is
go to Kenya, I do not speak
waste of space.
Luo. I do not speak Maasai, Swahili. I do not speak those languages. Where I come
They
from,
speak English, man. They speak English. So
oh, there you go. I just told you the only thing we have in common is the English language. So if you were like back in those ancient times, there's no English, and how can African from West Africa communicate to somebody in East Africa?
So that is my point. Is we have to draw our own borders, or
What is
we
wrong
have
with the
to,
borders we have today?
because we have not drawn these borders. Other people drawn
But
them.
what is wrong with the borders? I'm just asking genuine question. What is wrong with it?
Okay, I will tell you exactly that thing. Like me, I'm from Somalia, as you know, right? There is a Somali region in Ethiopia. There is a Somali region in Djibouti. There is a Somali region in Kenya. I am a Somali. They speak my language. These people, they have my own culture, my own religion. But every time I cross these borders, I am a foreigner.
It is
Then I
very
ask
DG,
myself,
DG,
then I ask myself, who
DG.
the fuck drew these borders?
Those people,
Exactly.
those people drew those borders themselves.
They did
DG is the
not,
same
Okay.
my
thing between
friend. They did
Senegal
not.
and Gambia.
First of all, Djibouti, like it's not only that. Look at even internally in Somalia, you guys don't even agree with your different borders. You guys are fighting each
We
other.
don't.
The
And
white, you
that's the
don't need the
problem.
white man. The white man did not cause this. You guys are just like that.
Look. Even in
No,
Somalia,
that's a good
you're
point.
right. You're
That's a
right.
good point.
Even in Somalia, the British wrote border between Somaliland and Somalia. These people are uncles.
Yeah, but they are maintaining it for a reason.
They
Obviously,
are
they don't. They don't. The British
that's
don't have a gun over their head. These people can
no. They
literally.
have a mindset. This is
DG,
the
what's the
mindset. What
point?
I'm talking about.
DG,
What I'm
DG,
talking
what's the
about.
point of
We
Somaliland and
should put
Somali? Can you
all
tell me?
these orders. Sorry.
What's the difference between Somaliland and Somali? Can you tell me?
There is no difference, my friend, between Somali and Somaliland and Ogan region and Amhara. They are all same fucking people, but we've been put in a box. Like,
But
this is your land.
okay, now you guys are free people.
We
Just
are
get
not.
along.
Who the hell you think we are
Get,
free when you are
get
bribing
along.
our?
The white man.
I'm
The
talking.
white man does not have a gun on you guys' head.
He does,
If
man.
you guys
He
love each
does.
other so much, if you love each other so much, hey, nobody's stopping you. You guys
We
should
love
stop shooting at each other
we love each other,
and
but
create
of
peace.
course, yeah. That is the main goal. Let me just come back. I respect your opinion, and I disagree with it. We should have all abolish all these foreign.
So you want us to open the borders so Somali terrorists can just freely roam
Hey,
in
come
and
on,
out of.
come on.
I mean, they were
Don't.
shooting. They have Al Shabaab. You guys do have terrorists.
Come on, please.
Okay, go
You're gonna
ahead.
kill those Shabab people, man. I kill them, you kill them.
No,
We don't
but
need
but
to
but but
stay
what if
and
but what if we have borders today that prevent us from dealing with the only with the people we want to deal with? If we don't want to deal with you know uh 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 terrorists
if
from Somalia, we don't have to.
no. Afrikaans. If we want
What's
to
wrong with? There's
look,
nothing wrong with that.
we gonna take care of all these if we are one nation. That's one thing. But let me come back to Kenya. I know you are American and you are benefiting from the division of Africa. That's okay. That's your Starbucks coffee. You like us to kill each other. It's okay.
Sir,
It's okay, my
I'm
friend.
not.
I respect
I'm
you.
not. You said I'm benefiting from Africa's deficiency.
Yeah, of course, man.
Oh.
You're getting
Anyway,
this.
guys, I gotta go anyway.
Go ahead, DJ. I'm about to run, but go ahead, DJ. I want to hear you out. Go ahead.
The next thing is now in Kenya, and Kenya is close to my heart, man. The people of Kenya are the best Africans. They are well. We don't agree on a lot of things, but I love the people of Kenya. They're the more educated Africans in Africa, and they don't take shit. Now, look, 3 weeks ago, Ruto was in the White House, and he was given that what is it called the NATO
Mm-hmm.
non-nation, yeah.
Yeah.
And they said, and 3 weeks ago the country is burning. This country was okay. The shilling was high, and everything was okay. And now it's like fucking Ethiopia and Somalia. So I'm asking myself, are our leaders are doing the best thing of of uh, of our nations? When I'm talking about Kenya as a
What do you
Somalian,
think about
this
the
is my nation.
taxes? The taxes. They're
Yeah,
taxing their ugali. They're taxing their spinach
of course.
mix. They're taxing
Saint
their
James,
cooking oil.
Saint no
Everything.
no 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 Saint James, who is a great African man from Burkina Faso, respect you. We've been before you in American journal who were like the right power, the extremists. They were like that. People were talking about, hey, we always get tax rates. Why are those Africans are fighting for tax rates? Look, the problem of first world is not the problem of the third world. You're raising taxes, but in Kenya, what are you doing of those taxes? If you are a Kenyan man and you lose your job, you're not getting any benefits from the government. I am an African man who's a naturalized citizen. If I lose my job here in Germany, they're gonna give me exactly my salary ex, ex, until I got another job. You see, so you raising tax, but I am not getting anything from this. Only the politicians are pocketing from this money, and these brave young people are tired of it. They're tired of it. That's why they are fighting. They are like saying, okay, you can be both way. You can raise us on a tax, and you can do roads, schools. Does Kenya have a welfare? No. Does Kenya have a child support? No. Why should I pay tax then? You should not think like an
But
American
Kenya
who
have
pays
roads.
tax.
Kenya
No,
have
no, no, no,
roads.
no,
They
no.
have
You should
health
not think
care.
they have roads and
All those cost money.
and that's why the money is going because it's all for Chinese. But I am
No,
a
but
Kenyan
what
man,
I'm saying, the
and look,
Kenyans
look,
use the road, don't they?
Abradamus, I want to put you like 26-year-old man in Kenya who's working his ass and paying taxes. But the moment that you lost your job, the moment that you're fired, the moment you lost your limbs, the Kenyan government is going to help you. Because in Western nations, in America, in Europe, they will. So the way that you think tax works in Africa is completely different from the Western world, my friend. You cannot compare
So you're
these
saying
two
they should not pay taxes?
No, they should pay taxes, but
Then
the
we
leaders should
hold
bring
on,
it back. Should
hold
bring
on,
it back to the people.
hold on. G Black, thank you for the super chat. He said, President on the rerun, Ghana, Kenya, South Africa. Thank you very much.
No, no, no. What
Okay,
I'm saying is, don't you believe
okay,
that our
are you saying that they should not pay taxes? Let me get that
they
right.
should pay taxes?
Okay.
Are you saying that in if any Kenyan man who was paying taxes when he lost his job should get benefit?
Well, that is not what they are protesting about. You are giving your own, standard of what you're used to, Western standard. They are protesting, saying the tax is high. That's what they're not talking about unemployment. Like, because if they want unemployment, I don't know about where you are, but here in America, when you work, they take out taxes out of your check. Some go to L&I, like when you get injury. If you have state tax, you pay that. Definitely federal tax. Unemployment insurance, that money, the money you're talking about, if you lose your job in a legit way, like that's money that you have been paying, and depending on the state, but the state I live in, you'll be able to collect unemployment for 6 months.
Yes, but
So
this is the thing.
up until 6 months, but this is money that you have been paying into. So it's not like some money that just magically appears, right? So already these people, hold on, these people, if they are already burning up the city over these little taxes, imagine if they say they gotta take money from them to save up for them, like to support what you are saying. Like, then the country will not exist.
After Damas, my question is to you is, does the taxes in Kenya works like in America? I mean,
What?
this is what the entire
I'm not comparing it to America.
media shows.
We're speaking on let's focus on what they are actually protesting about. Because if we want to do the hypotheticals or say
Hey,
about
Alpha
America,
Damas.
it's not gonna work.
I don't mean to cut you off, man, but this little kids in the chat, being disrespectful, bro. He was on the panel and he left in the chat. He's being disrespectful.
Who?
That's the guy from Sierra Leone, man. Yeah, he's been a little disrespectful.
Stop sending messages. But guys,
Alpha Damas, if you want to get on the panel, I don't like this. This is what groupie does, man. You were there on the panel and you left in the chat and you talking like, I'm on the panel, bro. Be a man. Just come on the panel. Be a man, bro.
But St. James, what I have problem with my friend Ira.
Oh, something. DJ, are you there?
Taxpayers are just like the American taxpayers. What the fuck, man?
Guys, let's do our closing because I have to go, take care of some business right now.
Okay.
Let's do.
Okay. Thank you for having me on your panel, man. St. James, man. Big up, bro. God bless.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, man. Alpha Damas, you can't allow people to be talking about people's fathers. That's what is happening in the chat.
Yeah, come on now. You can't be doing that. You were here on the panel. Whatever you needed to say, you could have said. Okay. He said link, but come to tomorrow's show. But today's show, we are coming to the end. I gotta go.
All right.
Go ahead, St. James.
Yeah, man. Thanks for bringing me, to talking about, Kenya. I hope the best for Kenya. I hope they get this sorted out. Less killing for the Kenyan people. The president already did a good thing. He pulled back. I hope they fix it. And let's hope this is a great lesson. This becomes a great lesson for other Africans to learn from.
Thank you.
Pretty much that's all I have to say. And I have to address somebody like you see Afrikaners. You see Africans are a little different, but we gotta teach them how to become men. Some of them can't grow up to become men on their own, so we have to help them become men. And that guy in the chat is one of them. What he's doing is not manly, man. You see somebody, you're face to face with him, you can't talk, and you run behind and you are talking. It's not. We're gonna help you grow. Next time, stick to the panel and talk. Voice your opinion. Don't run away, bro. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, DJ, closing.
Okay. Thank you very much, Afrikaners, my brother. Lots of respect. It's time for us to have our borders to grow as an African men from east, west. I don't care. We have to do our thing. The other thing, the second thing is, I will talk about Kenya. That is a very, very good example. As an African taxpayers in Africa, we should ask, where is our tax returns, my friend? And that's what I'm saying to you. So have a good night and enjoy your life.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's bringing us to the end of today's show. So, we wish Kenya all the best. And, just so Kenyans, Jimmy Barbecue is open to sending several gang members from Haiti to help bring, peace and stability in Nairobi. I want to thank all of you that, participated here on the panel, the panelists, the viewers, and those who are coming to watch. Join me tomorrow. I want to stream the Biden and Trump debate. So I would hope to see you guys, join me on that here tomorrow. And guys, let's keep the peace, when you come on the panel, you have anything to say to anyone, make sure you address it. We have the conversation, but don't go in the chat and start tap dancing. All right, until next time, I'm out.
Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you? Baby girl love my bop and I like me too. No roof on my top and my babe see-through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you? Big flex, my swole up. Double cup and I'm pulled up. Niggas hating like hold up. What's the problem? I'm pulled up. Big flex.